starts, I always seem to be chirping about it. And we're live. Yeah. Before it was like 3, 2, 1. You take the thumbnail, and now every time it just goes to a default thumbnail.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
Is it like in your settings or something, maybe?
I don't know. It's fucking me. It's fucking me. It's doing something new that I don't want it to do that never's done before. So it's fucking me. So yeah, we're live, and I'm here with Richard, aka Rickard, aka Dick, aka Dickard, aka
It's been Thumper.
Thumper was one.
Yeah, Thumper. That was an early one.
Without a name one, just like
Yeah. Old school.
like how long did you rock that one? How long ago?
Ah, fuck. Right after high school.
High school something.
Yeah, no, it was actually a chick giving that nickname. That's my dick made that sound when I hit her with it. That's honest God truth. That is the truth. That is not an exaggeration. You can ask my brother Ronnie, because Ronnie dated her years later, and she talked to him about that.
So your nickname's pretty much Thud.
Yeah, thunk.
Thud.
Thunk.
Yeah,
Wow.
That sounds like a made-up nickname. You just made that up.
I did not. That is not. It's a legitimate 100%. That was a nickname.
Man, that squeak is gonna just kill the sound.
Don't move then.
I'm gonna switch stools. But
you want this one?
over top.
You can be number one.
I would have went around and got it.
That had to be easier.
Yeah, that was way easier.
Instead of walking,
But yeah, that's definitely a made-up nickname. Like no one.
That is 100% a nickname.
No one called me.
I didn't even give you her name, but I don't know.
She might have called you that, and you told your brother, "Oh, people do," and he might have.
She called me that, and girls talked to me about that for years, man. That's the truth.
Did I ever tell you about Ferg's dad's nickname?
No.
Anyways, fucking. And, you know, Ferg met his dad for his first time quite a few years ago. He's like, yeah, everyone calls me Humper. And this is like a fucking giant of a man, like
Ferg's a giant of a man.
like a giant man is like, I don't feel comfortable calling you Humper, even though you were telling me to call you.
Get off
Humper.
my leg.
But I mean, that's almost like a nice nickname too. It's like, I wonder.
Yeah, there's a story somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's funny too, because a buddy of mine, Murph, he was dating this girl's younger sister. Swear to God. And like she had caught us one time in their shed whenever we were kids. And Murph's dating her. This is like 20 years later, man, easy. And she remembers that nickname. I swear to fuck, man. I'm there with Murph, biker guy, you know, hanging out and everything. And she's like, oh my God, you remember you were dating my sister? Your nickname was Thumper. Like maybe not exactly that how it happened, but she brought it up. And there's people you have met that you can ask that question. That's the truth.
We're gonna have to fact check that.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to fact check
it
that.
will be fact checked.
And for people who don't know, let me give you a real introduction. Richard, I met through the Panic Room, and man, we're pretty darn good friends now. But when I met him, his main capacity there was the bouncer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was the bouncer? He's like, hey, I'm Richard. I'm a cool guy. Let's hang out and all that, but don't fuck around or you're going out. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I first met him, he had no reasons not to kick me out if I fucked up. And you know what I mean? Like he had to.
And I thought you had a fucking one prosthetic leg. Because of your fucking video. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth too, man.
Yeah.
I watched your fucking video and I thought you had, because you don't explain it.
For a while, yeah, people did think I had a prosthetic leg. And sometimes I like even pushed because I had pictures of me having it. I was like, oh yeah. And then as soon as I start mentioning it, just to sell the idea, I'd start limping just a little bit. Just made sure every time you saw me walk, I'd just limp a little bit.
Even with pants on, I did. I swear. I'm still like, you motherfucker.
Wagwan, I didn't get an alert. So Johnny Azul's in his house. Poop, you're looking younger. Thank you. And I think I'm looking younger by comparison.
They didn't mean me.
No,
yeah, fuck you.
I think I'm looking younger by comparison. Like, you know what I mean? When you got a face full of gray next to you,
that's fair.
Don't I look less gray?
That's fair.
Like, you know, and no offense, like, you know what I mean?
Hey,
like,
fuck, I don't care.
For some of the stories I heard of this guy, he should be grayer if that's even a thing.
Yeah, let it grow, and it is.
If worry was a hobby, he wouldn't have a hobby at all because this guy don't worry about shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's nothing to worry about.
Lingley. What's up? Lingley's in the house. Slosh saying sup. Lingley.
Cheers to all the Irishmen in the crowd, eh?
Oh, is Lingley Irishman?
I don't know.
Don't know.
When you cheers, you got to fucking drink, lad.
Okay.
That's what me fucking granddad taught us.
Fucking potatoes. You gotta have a little sip of
Yeah, deedly-dee.
Diddly-dee.
Fucking do a dance now.
Yeah. And you do a great Christopher Walken's too, huh?
Fuck. I haven't done it in a while. I actually started because my little guy, my son wanted me to tell him stories at bedtime, and I wanted to make it interesting.
Yeah.
So I would act like I was Christopher Walken doing like Meet Me doing shit.
That's funny. Yeah, and I don't know. It's a pretty good Walken's. It's a pretty good Walken's.
It's okay. It's not bad.
It's better than mine.
No, I don't want to, but if I have to, I will. Yeah. That's the thing. It's got to come out of you weird.
Yeah. It's just gonna pop out. And we'll
waiting for a cab the other night. It didn't come. I walked home alone, scared.
that alone. But he also says like the wackiest words too. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta throw some fancy random wacky words in there.
One of my favorite ones is Joe Dirt when he's talking to the Chris Rock, or not Chris Rock, sorry, but Kid Rock. A whole different story with Chris Rock. Yeah. He pulls at the end of it, and he's sitting in the back of the car. He's like, I don't like the way you're talking to my friend. It's your tone. It's all wrong.
Yeah.
If you don't stop, I'm going to stab you in the eye with a fork.
Did you ever see that Saturday Night Live skit where it's a whole Watkins family, and like each one's doing their own little weird version of it? That was gold.
Walking with the Walkins, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, and they did what, the Adam Sandler version of that too.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, Scotty. So you told me you bounced for the Backstreet Boys one time.
Yeah, that was actually quite hilarious.
Or bounce. Yeah, usually they wouldn't be called that. It'd be like security. Security for the Backstreet Boys.
Thing is, when it first started, we go and
everybody.
They were like telling us what to do. Like you usually do security for anybody. I worked security for 50 Cent, Iron Maiden, Nickelback, like a whole fucking shitload of bands.
They gave you like a breakdown.
There was a breakdown of what we were supposed to do and where we were supposed to be all the fucking time, man. That was really stupid first off. But then it kind of like we just did our own thing once their crew.
Unless what they you figured they had a head of security and he kind of like puppeteered this thing.
Yeah. Well, basically their manager did that to us, but he left us alone. It was all good. Eventually, it became okay. But the funniest part of that whole show, at the end of the show, we go back and they each have a bike.
Yeah.
And I don't know who the hell it was. I don't know the names or nothing. But one of the guys decided, because there was a bunch of people out there. There was a bunch of older women and some younger women.
Well, it's the fucking Backstreet Boys. Old, right? They're all someone.
So it was something. We're just sitting back there because we were told that the select group of us guys, security, came out back to watch for them.
Yeah.
So it was just like, this one, like, yeah, whatever, hurry up, I want to go home kind of thing, right? One of them decides to jump off his bus and run at the crowd of old ladies. They were screaming a little, right? But they moved. He jumped into nothing.
Yeah.
And we were like, shit, we didn't have to, you're expecting to grab people, stop, don't touch them.
Yeah.
We didn't do that at all. We had to pick him up.
Yeah, St. John.
Just like, go back in your bus, man.
Like one thing I noticed about St. John is we're not, like, at a concert, everyone's waiting outside for the main act, the Garth Brooks and stuff like that. There might be 20 people. Like all the rest of us are like, yeah, we like your songs.
Yeah,
we like your songs.
Even me
and that's it.
When Slayer was here and Damage Plan, because Damage Plan was the whole band of Pantera.
Yeah.
Without the singer, Phil, right? I was there for the show. I didn't work security for that. I went backstage and met them, and I was one of those like, I'm not worthy kids. I was a kid for a minute. You know what I mean? I was happy to meet them.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. But I mean, I wasn't screaming to get autographs, being weird. But I mean, I'm just like, I was that guy that was like, oh wow, I finally met some of my cool heroes, to me, musical heroes, right? So I get that whole vibe, but
yeah, St. John does have that vibe because man, when we have a musician or a show or a celebrity after the show, man, or even before the show, they'll go to the bars and like be a normal person, like you know what I mean? They're bothered. We're not bothered.
When Snoop Dogg was here, he came to the show. I didn't work security, but I was there because I knew security. I came just hang out kind of thing, be around.
Yeah.
Basically get to meet him kind of deal. And people paid, whatever it was for the ticket there, $150, say. And then
too pricey for me to go. Too rich for my blood.
Some of those people, at least 100 people came to an after hours club, a buddy of mine's club.
Yeah.
Paid another $100 fucking to meet Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
You know what he did? He come out and went, snizzle manizzle, motherfuckers, maybe 3 minutes, 5 tops.
Like one lap of the room.
And went back and hung out with us backstage.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even get to really hang out, but I met him sitting in the same room like this. Drinking whatever, smoking dope and shit, and I didn't pay shit.
I heard people that did pay. It was like a ripoff.
It was crazy, yeah.
Like the next day, I don't know if it was Facebook then or it was on the newspaper, but I remember like
MySpace or something.
Yeah, MySpace. Yeah. The reviews were bad. The reviews were bad.
It was bad.
Snoop Dogg, mediocre show, and like 10.
I'll say this though, not into the music exactly at all, but 50 Cent. I worked security his show.
You almost sound like Christopher 50 Cent.
50 Cent. But I was letting people jump over the boards at the arena. Pay me $40 a pop
over the ice rink board. And like our big shows are at an ice rink. So
they're jumping over the boards, giving me $40 a pop until my boss, the head of security, come up and say,
"So the security guy like, pay me money.
Oh, I was. Oh yeah, man. And it was. I did, at least 8 people at $40 a pop. At least I think I got through 8 people before I got stopped. But at the end of the night,
there you go.
We had trouble with their fucking their security guys, or not security, sorry, but they're like what the fuck. Young guys with hoodies, man, they wouldn't show us their passes, so they'd be backstage. Like
roadies or like the band hang-arounds of the band workers.
And we were literally warned that they were gangster kind of guys, like they'd be fucking like all in
your face. Because it's what, Snoop the 50 Cent's crew?
50 Cent's crew, yeah. And it was real. And his personal bodyguard was an ex-NFL football guy. I think it was a Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not 100% about that. But he was a huge man.
So what you're saying is there's thugs around the stug.
We were warned by our security guys. We were warned that they were like that. For real. But it was nothing major happened. But I had to grab a couple guys and pull the hoods off and say, okay, man, and take your fucking hood off, bud.
Yeah.
But his personal bodyguard, he was I think he was an NFL. He was definitely NFL something, but linebacker or something like that.
Yeah.
He was such a big man. I literally had to look up and go, "You don't need my help." And he laughed his head off.
Yeah.
And he invited me back to the party and went to the hotel just up the road here. It used to be Old Courtney Bay Inn. And he answered the door, man. And my first words to 50 Cent was, "I don't listen to music, but thanks for inviting me." Swear to God.
My wife told me crazy.
But it was a fun party. I had a good time with them, man. They treated me well. It was a good party.
Here, let's see here. Poop. How much do a pack of smokes cost in New Brunswick? For the ones I smoke, 15. Where it may or may not give you a stroke, you might need an uncle close to you or a relative to get you in and out of your wheelchair because you're done fucked up your fucking lungs. I pay $20 for that. For these.
Oh shit, that's more than I even thought.
I pay $20 for these. How much? Okay, yeah. 18 stores, 5 on the street. Yeah. Depending on the store, it's like 18 to 20. Can you buy a single cigarette?
Yeah, from a guy in the street.
Yeah.
$3 for a quarter back in the day.
No, you can't buy a Lucy. You can't buy a Lucy. That's not really a thing. But at the bar, you always get this guy like, I don't smoke, but when I'm drinking, I'm smoking. I'll give you $1 a smoke or something. You know what I mean? Like
Ron sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, so sometimes here you're like, oh man, let me buy you a smoke. And at this point, I'm like, man, I don't sell smokes. You can, if I have enough, you can have one. You can have one.
And if not, here's a fucking sucker.
But you know what I mean? A couple times down the road, when it's like, can I have another smoke? I'm like, the music's too loud. I'm not hearing you well. I'm not really hearing what you're saying.
You start going.
Yeah, I don't understand. Is there a curfew to buy alcohol?
What do you mean by curfew, though?
like and in some cities, like you can't sell alcohol before 10 a.m. and you can't sell it after
Oh,
so
so like
much
bars? Yeah, there definitely is. There definitely is.
Our bars closes at 2. Our liquor store closes at 9 or 10.
I've been in bars.
But a grocery store that some of them are open 24 hours, you can buy
so the
beer
licensing,
and wine
licensing's
there.
been changed. It has been changed. I think it seems like. Excuse me, because I've worked at bars where we got a $15,000 fine at the old 3 Mile one night because of that. We
For
said
selling after hours,
After hours, yeah.
that is a thing, man.
that was like 4 a.m, I believe, right? Roughly.
We're in a small town, right? And you get close to your bartender and your bar, your like Cheers bar where everyone knows your name. When all the riffraff's out at closing time, person like us, we can like let me get 2 more.
Oh, a case.
And they're finishing the night, counting the inventory, and you got 2 drinks, and they're in there for an hour anyways, gonna fucking do their job, and you're still sitting at the bar drinking, and it's all cool, and you got a few buddies with you, you know what I mean? But super illegal. Like, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
The old strip club when they had it. Do you remember that? That was a little bit cooler because it was weird as hell. Because
like Shays and Angie's, and then Shays closed, and then just Angie's.
Just Angie's. Angie's. The Pillars was the last.
The nipple stickers period or no?
Yeah.
The nipple sticker period.
Yep.
Pasties.
Yep. Well, yeah, because that's one of the things they got a fine for, but they were letting them strip naked.
Yeah.
And they got a big fine for that. So that's the last they shut down.
You had to put stickers on your nipples at the for a period in time in St. John Outer Street.
Yeah, and you weren't even to show your pussy or nothing. Like you can't take your panties off. Yeah, no, and that's the thing. I know. Oh, they definitely do. They definitely do.
When the crowd is right, maybe after hours, if the money's low.
During hours, up here now at Bluff.
My panties, I did take them. They fell off.
I ain't paying for that.
They fell off.
I ain't paying for that.
Yeah. But man, and quote me if I'm wrong, but are we missing out compared to the USA? Because don't they have
Montreal?
shows?
You ever been to Montreal, man?
I've been to Montreal, but yeah,
those strip clubs up there, like fuck, you think you're in fucking Miami or Vegas?
But some of them do like carnival shows or like popping out ping pongs.
I was eating breakfast at a bar up there one time. Seriously, up there with a buddies of mine.
Yeah, Quebec and Montreal, they like to have strip joints and eating at the same time.
There was 3 girls come out, and honest to God, my buddy was trying to put loonies in her. Like she didn't let them, but she wasn't popping them. It wasn't like we get
like a coin
slot. And I'm like, will you stop, man?
I
was literally like, I don't want to do this right now. I want to eat, man. Let's get the fuck out of here. It was crazy.
It would be distracting a little bit, like you know what I mean, like.
It wasn't late.
It
wasn't late.
My dad took me to a place like that, and there was like a rate of. Here we are.
I did that with my older guy, man. I did that.
Like I think my brother was like 16, 17, and my dad took my brother to Quebec. She's like, oh, I'm just going to take your brother to Quebec this time, and you go with your mother. I was like, all right, cool. Okay, cool. I'll hang out with Mom. I'm cool, Mom. Anyways, my brother, once I get back to Quebec and I talk to my brother, my brother's like, man, Dad brought me to a naked lady's place and we ate.
I seen titties.
Yeah. And I was like, damn it, you for real? You serious? And then guess what? The next year is my turn, and my dad took me, and we ate at the strip joints, like naked titties, and I'm like, man, I don't know if that made the club sandwich better, but man, I think it made it better. Like the best club sandwich I ever had in my life.
That's what my old guy said too, because he went right back to his mom and fucking told her stories and shit. She got mad at me, of course. She knew what I was doing, but she's still like, well, I didn't really think you're going to go through with it. I'm like, what? I wouldn't say I was going to do it if it wasn't.
It's a rite of passage.
But he was a little bit weird with me for a while till they get maybe like 2 years later. Like start wanting to go to the strip club with me.
Oh man, French people are weird and sexual.
That's one place I never bounced, I never did. I never liked that. I couldn't bounce because I tried once. That's what.
Oh, at the strip joints?
The story I told you about being personal security for a man.
Yeah.
That's what it was about. He owned a strip club, and he was letting young girls in and shit, like too young, and I couldn't handle that, man. That's not my thing. I had a daughter. I got sisters. You know what I mean? Couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
No. I set him up for the 2 fathers, man.
Yeah.
I was telling you earlier there was 3.
No, but like I don't think I want to turn phone.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You know what I mean?
Anyway.
But yeah,
bad.
Bouncing for a strip club would be like, I don't know. There'd be a little bit more shadiness involved than just a regular place.
There always is, yeah.
You like, you know what I mean? And depending on the spot in town, there could be some shadier spots. Like It's closed now, but there's this place called Crow's Place, and man,
They actually had a strip club above there for a bit. Did you know that?
they had everything there. They had everything.
And that
there.
was all illegal. That had nothing to do with
Oh
licensing.
man, I had no weed, and I knew I had no weed. I was like, oh, I'm just going to Crow's. I'll get weed there. And it was same with like all the other drugs.
Everything else, yeah.
Everything else. Like,
that's what got them shut down, was because they get too far into like shit like that.
And you could get the weird stuff. Like,
yeah.
Like man, no one in this city has acid. And you start mingling a little bit of the Crow's Place, and within 3 beers, you're gonna find some acid there.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Everything, pretty much.
Anything,
and that is literally what happened to them. They let it go so far because I stopped bouncing there because of that. You couldn't even.
It was very violent. That place was very violent too.
Yeah. Fuck! I got through a window by accident because I literally was throwing it, like to throw him out the door, and I tripped as we were going like in a circle, spinning, and he went right out of my hands, went right through the big bay window at the door. I got shit for that actually.
Some of the people that went there had, and I'm not gonna judge, but I'm gonna like tell a story. Some of the people that went in there had way too much pride in their toughness, in their hoodness, in their criminal activities.
They couldn't back it up, some of them. A lot of them.
I don't mean it in that sense. Like, there's this guy that he was like, I don't know, a big deal. And then he got out of that. And next thing you know, he's a fucking dump truck driver. He's got a class 3 doing work. I met him on a job site. I'm like, hey, man.
Good job, man.
Man, good to see you, brother. Yeah, It's like, yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing this now. Cool. So, I mean, this is a guy that got out of it. I see him have a great job on the outside. And then fast forward like a few months later, I'm at Crow's Place and I see him. And we're in the middle of like a bunch of hoodlums thugs. And two of them like, oh, man, you're still driving dump truck? And the look he gave me was almost like, shut the fuck up. I didn't want you to tell that in front of these guys.
Yeah. That ain't gangster enough.
That's not gangster enough.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? He got upset with me for bringing up a good goddamn living that didn't involve like,
and that's what the
criminal activity.
Was literally what Crow's Place became.
Yeah.
Everyone there thought they had to be gangster, and they weren't.
Exactly.
Half them were, for fuck's sakes.
Like my good friend gave me the look like if you keep this up, like he gave me that look, the memorable look that I think he was going to kick my ass if I carried on with that. Over me just
having a conversation,
conversationing, and meant, but just as he was in front of other gangsters, I guess. Let me see where we're at here. Oh, I guess I got to go up a little bit. Where are we at here? Are those fucked up Quebec COVID laws coming to New Brunswick? You heard about that? The fucking that's just Quebec for now. Like, you know what I mean?
So far, yeah.
That's just Quebec for now. They can do like solo shit all the time.
Yeah, Higgs here's looking at it, but Saskatchewan, I think, in Alberta, we're saying they're not doing it. So
Johnny Zool says all his Canadian friends hate Justin. He says he molests pretty female reporters.
He's a piece of shit.
Legendary Gaming agrees. Strip joints in San Francisco have good food. We've had clients, lunches at the Gold Lounge, taking business with titties, flop around. So Johnny Zool's doing business.
But Blashier does
like a business luncheon.
Yeah. Blashier's been doing that pretty good too the last couple of years. They've been doing that with some of the businesses around here.
What, they cater a little bit of food?
They will, yeah.
Like sandwiches from down the street.
And you know what?
And
honestly, a lot of them are women that go. The business people are like, there's women involved, which is neither here nor there, but it's kind of cool because it's not exactly the crowd.
I'm not surprised, man. They don't make food at the strip joints, but it's so close to the city market where everyone makes food and it's top shelf food that they could have a business luncheon.
And I don't know if they do like the whole luncheon thing, but I know there's been some pretty good fucking turnouts for businesses coming up there. And it ain't even like midnight. That's like an evening.
Any group that wants to plan something.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you would know. What's the cheap night? Was it Toonie Tuesdays, like something like that? They have a
up at the strip club?
Yeah, isn't there like a super cheap night?
Not really. Not
like a deal,
Tuesday,
like a deal to
definitely
entice you in.
Yeah. Well, there's every I think
Tuesday
so,
daytime or something
maybe
like that.
maybe that's what you're talking. Or like you go up there and there's like 2 for 1. You go in and
Is there a 2 for 1?
Friday night gin. You bring a woman with you. Her drinks are free for the first 2 hours or something like that. They have some weird.
They have some weird little niche, like
Yeah,
little.
They try to do that. Yeah, they get a way better back area too, like where the dances are and stuff.
Do you waste a lot of money at strip joints?
Me, no, not at all.
I don't go often.
Never.
I don't go often. Like I'm not like.
I've been around it
once every few years type of guy. Like once every few years type of guy. When I do get there, I do sample what they. I'm there. Like I'm here.
We usually end up having parties with them. Like last time with Evan and those boys, we end up with the girls and they always come back. I brought them back here one night.
And
I had a big party here one night. Brought about 6 or 8 of them.
It is true. Like at the West Side one, there's what two strippers doing like a little scissor act on the floor.
Oh yeah. They get into it.
Doing a little scissor action.
Yeah.
Action.
Well, I had one here.
Rock, paper, scissors, and the rocks were in my pants because those 2 girls were scissoring.
They can see the pole over there with the duct tape on it. I had a chick on that one night. She got herself stuck to it. Like she thought she could spin it
on that big pole.
She thought she could spin around that big pole with the duct tape.
See that thicken?
Duct tape.
That's like a 4x4.
And I had a bunch of them here one night. We were having a party and she tried to wrap herself around that. She got stuck to it.
She would need thick thighs and brown eyes to get on that.
It was funny as hell.
Thick thighs and brown eyes. Last time I spent my own money in a strip joint club, I was in Montreal. And man, in Montreal, man, you have to. There's a entrance fee. There's a let me get you at your table fee. Yeah. And then there's a mandatory like tip that's not like a minimum, and it's a lot.
And if she ain't happy with you, there's a fee that you get you on the way out. Ron Roulette was one of the baddest motherfuckers up there.
Do you speak French every day? Yeah, I speak some French every day. I talk to my brother on the regular. I talk to my parents on the regular, and I was born to talk to them in French. That's how I'm programmed. And half the time I think in French, like, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm home, I'm thinking about something, like, you know what I mean? Like, the thoughts that run through my head sometimes is French, you know? Do you try the new KFC meatless chicken nuggets? I forget who said it, man, but someone said it right. Why does everyone that is eating this meatless stuff want it to taste like meat? If you're so meatless, why are you trying to live that former meat glory and want to like eat? Oh man, this tastes like chicken. This tastes like fish. This tastes like beef. This tastes like hamburgers. You're vegetarian. You lose that right. You lose that right. Like you're saying meat's bad, but you want it to taste like you lose that right. I want vegan food to taste like shit because that's what they deserve. Like you want to eat kale and seaweed, go ahead, but don't make it taste like meat. Make it taste like your own shit. You know what I mean? That's called that right there is culture appropriation. If I didn't ever see one before, like, oh man, we're non-meat culture, but we want everything to be like meat culture. That's culture appropriation. Have people banged in the new panic room yet? Yes. I don't know of a like technically per se of a full bang. I've heard of like heavy petting, some base reaching. Full bang, I'm sure it has happened, but you know what I mean? That's saying that not everyone has to kiss and tell. Like, you know what I mean? Like me, I always leave when I'm never the last person to leave unless I started the night alone to begin with. But I'm never the last one to leave. So, you know what I mean? What happens after the light goes out? I don't know. Hey, Richard, has someone banged in here yet?
Someone what?
Banged in here yet?
Banged?
Yeah, like fucked.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, someone has fucked in here.
That's what the beds are upstairs for.
there's actually, yeah, that is funny. There's 2 beds and 2 couches up there.
Oh, there's a couch over there too, a leather couch. That was first. That was the first one.
Yeah. But now there's two
I ain't
beds.
saying who it was.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I know people have fondled each other here, but I wasn't too sure if like it's been christened with a bang yet.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Definitely. Judge Wapner, 3 o'clock.
Definitely had a bang. Definitely.
Just bang, 3 o'clock.
Definitely. 3 o'clock. That's too early. There's still other people here.
7 a.m. 7 a.m.
7 a.m. definitely 7 a.m. But actually, like 3 o'clock, while this place is still like hubbing and drinking and buzzing, yeah. You could do the sneak away upstairs.
Yeah, that's definitely happened.
So yeah, 3 o'clock. That definitely
definitely happened.
Definitely.
Blow job first.
Do you dream in French or in English?
That's fucking awesome. That's an awesome question.
I dream in both. It depends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say my aunts or cousins are in there.
I dream in Japanese.
Man, they only speak French. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're like talking to me in English. You know what I mean? Like,
I literally dream in Japanese. Well, I dream about Japanese women. So, same thing.
And they're like, oh no,
oh no, big horny white guy, no.
Thumper. Thumper.
They call you Thumper.
Is Deadpool wearing a hockey shirt? No, this is New Brunswick Hardcore. It's the Panic Room logo. Did you clean out all the shrimp flavored ramen noodle?
Yeah, but there was a lot of them too.
Man, from the West Side place, I was like, when I was on here and I was like starving, I'm like, I'll have me. Oh God, that's always just shrimp. And then that's when I would experiment.
I remember seeing a video of you doing something about the fucking.
That's when you started experimenting. Okay, let me find the butter or margarine, little garlic powder, and isn't it almost like a fucking Mr. Noodles Alfredo at this point?
Oh, make me hungry now.
Like find a little basil, oregano.
Oh, I don't go that far. Onion powder, some garlic powder, maybe some chopped up onion, green pepper if it's in my fridge.
I'm at the Panic Room. I got dry spices.
We need to bring shit here, bro.
Dry spices and a fucking. That's why I always bring a snack when I'm drinking. I'll bring a little something.
Fuck, look at that. I got a Snickers chocolate bar. It's been in my pocket for like 2 weeks.
So it's probably like it's probably not original shape.
It's squished, yeah.
It's probably not the original shape.
It was a snack and I never used it. Now I just don't want to open it up.
Man, who was it? Ronnie. Ronnie was like, found a hot dog in my thing.
Oh yeah.
That happens all the time, man. Like,
well, fuck! I woke up one morning, had a bunch of carrots and broccoli in one pocket and the hot dogs in the other. When summertime with the shorts on.
I partake a little bit because I'm part ninja, but I'm not the instigator of that. Like, I'm not.
Caitlin's the worst one for the pocket. Shit.
Oh, she loves pocketing. Like, you know what I mean? She don't pickpocket. She pocket places.
Yeah, pocket places is a good one. Yeah.
She pocket places.
Time we got wrong with the hood. The first time we did it, me, you, and Cal.
Oh man, that was crazy.
That was awesome because I started it. My brother Ron. And he had a hood on. He gets drunk real quick. And he's loud as fuck. So we look for ways to get at him. Yeah. So I put a bunch of shit in his hood. Cal, buddy of ours, he comes over, takes a couple pieces, starts eating it. He starts taking video of us eating out of his hood, just like it.
Yeah.
And he has no clue.
His hood was no so clue, heavy,
man. Until he went to the bathroom to take a selfie, I guess, or something. He went like that. And fucking.
This is a brand new sweater. This is a brand new.
He did. He just bought it that night.
Brand new Cobra Kai sweater. Yeah. And man, his hood was so heavy. And in it, there's perfect like cracker cheese, meat cracker sandwiches, all places.
It was like somebody made it in his hood.
I was eating out of it for a while. Like it was like the community bowl, and
you had some good videos. He had no clue. Even though he found it, he had no clue that we had been doing that. He didn't know that you had video of it and shit.
Well, that was the first time we ever hood fucked.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like the first time, that would have got me too.
Him and Ronnie one night at Ron's house, him and Cal. Cal brought it up and they got like we're high and drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
They got to do a little push and shoving match. You know, I'm like, protect everybody, blah, 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 right? I left. So fuck you both, then went home. And when I got home, I texted them both and went, you guys all right?
Yeah.
Everything cool?
Anyone bruised up?
Okay, good. They crashed together. Ronnie slept on his futon, he slept on his little couch.
Same room,
same room, across from each other.
2 men, same room.
No shirts on. That's why I left. They're like shirts off.
Gay.
Wrestling with each other.
Gay.
Fuck them out, boys. I'm going home.
Yeah. Gay. No, that's funny. Yeah. And when I slept here, it was kind of funny too. Like you've seen Tony, the old guy with the cane.
Yeah, the guy had the fucking reindeer nose on.
Oh man, what a character!
Yeah, he's crazy.
One of the first nights he came here, I was drinking, I was on the bike, and I wanted to bring the bike home the next day because it was show night. I crashed on the couch, and he crashed in here. But it was funny. He was like, "Oh, good night, good night."
Well, the last night he was here, we were playing crib. End of the night, we're just that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
He's getting mad at me, man. Like he's whatever. You all know who I am.
Yeah.
But he's older guy, older than me, and he's got a great cane and everything. He's like fucking smashing the bar with his cane and everything.
Oh, he gets
enough of you, young buck. I said, young buck, I'll take that. Like, what the fuck, man?
He does get animated.
He get all freaked. And he didn't like throw a punch or nothing, but I really did think that he might have one.
Oh man, he
got really fucking mad.
He did something to me. In the moment, I understand his free spiritness, but afterwards, I'm like even during, I was like, what the fuck? What could have been put? So it's my birthday, and I get a fucking Kool-Aid jug. It's vintage from the 80s, like an antique. I get a cool fucking antique, and I'm drinking mushrooms out of it and drinking, and he's like, "Let me see your jug." I was like, "Oh, okay." Before I know it, pulls out a marker and does a Kool-Aid face on the other side with a permanent marker. Fuck. So he defamed like a legit antique. And I'm like, it was too late. Like, what am I going to do? Yell at an old man with a fucking cane? So I just kind of like laughed it off and like kept eating more mushrooms and drinking more. Like, you know what I mean?
This made me think, should we bring up Stabby Steve? One of the best nicknames ever.
Stabby Steve, yeah, Stabby Steve.
A buddy of mine, his nickname is actually Stabby Steve. I don't know. We should explain exactly how that happened, but
you almost have to now.
He's a good guy, man. He's actually a really good guy, but he went to jail, the pen, when he was a young guy, and got into some shit in there because he tried to be something, and he got stabbed 14 times.
Oh, he Stabby Steve because of the amount of stabbings he took.
But he lived, and then became somebody. But they kept moving him.
So it's not a flex like, oh, I'll stab you. It's
no,
like, no, I'll get stabbed.
Honest to God, that's the thing. You don't use it that way. The boys called him that. Like he didn't pick his nickname. Right? He's like Thumper. I didn't pick it.
Whatever. That's definitely a made up one.
No, it is not. It's a fucking real one.
That's a made up one. Are you still keeping your distance from Elevate the Virus? Are you still keeping your? I'm not keeping my distance from them at all.
No, that was the original singer, right?
No, they're not. They won't mention.
Oh, okay.
No, they just don't jam here anymore. They found like a more suiting jam spot. I see a couple of band members every now and then, but no one's staying away from each other, man. Like, man, they put on a show.
People.
Well, when they put on a show, I'm front row center. Like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Has the hot dog roller been clean lately?
We almost burnt the place down last weekend.
We did almost burn the place down, man.
Throwing everybody out. We're getting the hell out of here. And he's like, wait. I got hot dogs on.
We're like out the door, like almost outside the building. Yeah. And then I do.
Oh, and it was full.
Skirt.
You had like 8 on there, man.
Yeah, I had a bunch of hot dogs. And we were going to Buddy's place. And
oh, fuck, you brought them with you, didn't you?
I was like, it's like, let's throw these out. I was like, I almost burned the place. He's like, I know, let's throw these out. We gotta go. He starts throwing them out. I'm like, no, save them. But they weren't cooked. So like microwaved them for like almost a minute.
Oh, you brought all the fucking ketchup packets too.
Yeah, I brought ketchup packets and I brought it with me. And then we picked up like Buddy's girlfriend. I don't know, it was Stabby Steve's girlfriend?
Yeah, it was too, yeah.
And I'm sitting in the back seat with her. I was like, I know it smells like steamed hot dogs. You can reach in my box and have one.
She never said a word. She never said
You can reach in my box and have one. I got ketchup packs and everything.
She would hang out with us too often. So this chick was like, what's going on?
Because I had him in my beer box. And man,
he's got dogs.
Like Richard said, she like turned away from me and didn't even answer my question. She never said a word to me. Like I'm talking, like I have hot dogs. That's what you're smelling. Have some in my beer box. And she didn't even acknowledge my existence.
We got the George's, and George's is like an after hours like this, but bikers. Like he's an old school Hell's Angels guy, so we're at his place. And he brings the hot dogs up, puts them right on the fucking counter. Anyone want a hot dog?
Right on the bar top. I got like half rolled, half microwave hot dogs,
and like legit
20 ketchup packs.
This is an old Hell's Angels biker dude's house.
20 ketchup packs.
And he's just like, "Whoa, anyone want one of these?"
They went to his dog. Like me, the dog's the only one that had one.
I know, man. That was a cool little dog.
And then the dog puked.
He's a nice cube.
The dog puked. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, no harm to the dog, though. No harm was done to the dog. He's a great dog.
That was a fun night, man. I played the harmonica for hours.
It was good, man. I didn't know you could do that. Like it wasn't like he was playing the song they were playing, but he was fitting it right. The timing, everything was right.
I had Mike DeCepolo playing the guitar. He's got one ear.
He does. He was born with one ear, so we call
when
him.
I was doing the Corona thing, like you guys kept screaming that.
The one-eared man.
Anyways, he's playing the guitar.
Another buddy of mine has 3 thumbs too.
And I would accompany him playing the guitar. Like I'm not outshining the guitar. I'm just like,
you were
having a little rhythm in the behind of it almost.
You're right. Your timing was good, man. Your timing was real good. I sang a couple songs with you guys. We did like a Pearl Jam song.
Yeah, no, like it was a musical.
Tragically Hip, we did a hip song.
It was a musical night. It was fun. Have you had any Karen run-ins lately? This guy's a Karen.
No, fuck.
This guy's a fucking Karen. Or he causes Karens. This guy causes
That's
Karens.
a better way of putting it. I'm not a Karen. I am not a Karen. That's wrong.
He'll bring the Karen out of a lady, though.
Most men, not ladies. Ladies, I leave alone.
So
I get away from that.
Here in St. John, you have to wear a mask to go anywhere.
I'm a dick. My name's Richard. I'm a dick.
And he'd be like, "Well, I'm Richard. I don't need to wear a mask." And
I like to provoke people, not women, not Karens. I like to provoke people.
And they'll do it. He'll push his luck, and they'll say, "Please do." He's like, "I say no," and they'll push it. And so, doesn't that bring out a Karen?
Well, they called the COVID cops on me at Costco.
No, it's a Karen. That's the Karen.
And my daughter is a scrapper. She MMA, like she's wanted to be isn't anymore. She got away from it.
Why is your daughter fighting your fights?
Because what I'm getting at is I was going like, yeah, fuck you, being me, right? Just being pissed off and being an asshole,
making a scene.
And my daughter went, "Dad, I'm leaving without you." And she got in the car. So I went, okay, and I did. I was like, "Okay, dear, I'll go." Because I listen to my daughter, I do. That she
was your voice of reason, like, "Oh, man,
okay, she's
Dad,
right.
You're making a scene here, Dad."
But those COVID cops never touched me.
Man, you want to see the cutest little knife that my buddy got me?
That is cool, man.
It's the fucking cutest, man.
It's not cute. It's cool.
Me and Hab.
Oh, that's actually. I like the angle on that blade too.
Me and him have like a small knife fetish, where like a nice little small pocket knife. It's almost like, oh man, there's a size of pocket change in your pocket.
It fits better right like that though.
No, it's not meant to hold in a stabbing motion.
Well,
it's not a stabber.
Well, that'd be slicing, but if you do it this way, it's right. There's 2 different ways of holding.
Okay, that knife will not kill. That knife will not kill.
Hey, you'd be surprised, brother.
Yeah, you cut a throat or main vein, but man, that's
no, they won't do that.
No, there's a side thing, dude.
I know. I hate
Jesus Christ.
I hate them.
Man, you've seen him before. Like it's not like you're teaching a new trick to a dog here.
I hate the way that mechanism. I hate it.
Yeah. Well, you prefer the old school push on the back thing?
No, because that gets in your way when you're holding on to it.
Yeah.
I prefer switch. And the new.
Well, I prefer the illegal knives.
Right. Well,
I prefer the illegal knives.
I sold all my illegal guns.
Man,
there's a flick. You know, like some of the new ones there, they have like the little angle piece, and you can flick it.
Yeah, it's the open assist.
Right.
Open assist.
There you go. That's right.
And that's how they're not illegal. Yeah, they're fucking switchblades, but they're calling them open assist.
They changed the mechanism
because it's like it's added less resistance. It's like
you know what I wish I had right now. Speaking of that, is I have a samurai sword that will literally cut through bone. But this is my tattoo right here.
Well, why would you want it right now? What do you don't?
Well, Matthew, we have a sword fight.
I don't have one. Like
you just pulled the knife out on me, man.
Oh, defend with that. Cha-chings. Sparks are flying.
And you win. How do I explain that?
Yeah.
Where all those stab wounds comes from? I don't know.
Yeah. That's what sounds like a scene from remember the movie Kung Fu Hustle? Like that crazy stupid Kung Fu spoof.
Was actually a fucking good movie. Though.
I liked it. I liked it.
The Hung Guard Kung Fu in that. I literally have studied Hung Guard Kung Fu, and the Hung Guard Kung Fu in that was fairly fucking realistic, man. For what it was, right? It was comical, but they were using real kung fu.
My favorite cool. Kung Fu movie was the remake, even though the original was nice. The remake of Jackie Chan's Drunken Master.
Yes, and it wasn't bad because I like
that one.
I love the original growing up as a kid.
Yeah, the original. Also Jackie Chan, the original Jackie Chan and the new one Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, honestly, man, more Bruce Lee, of course, as a kid. That's why my thumbs are backwards because I used to do thumb push-ups as a kid, for real. And I do hundreds of push-ups every day.
Thumb push-ups.
When I met, yes,
thumb push-ups.
That's the truth. It starts out like this.
And you ate pain for breakfast.
No, but I did a lot of thumb push-ups. Finger push-ups, knuckle push-ups. Still do it. At my age, I still do that stuff. I still punch rocks, bro.
Yeah.
I still have a wooden dummy in my basement that is made out of oak and hits back.
And it's true. We're like Richard will come here. He's like, "Oh, look how fucked up my knuckles are." It's like, "What happened?" He's like, "I just was punching stuff."
But I've just been
just punching stuff.
I started when I was like a teenager. I used to work in the city market for Bob Lee, and he would never pay me money.
Was he white?
No, he's white. He's Asian, right from
Lee.
Yeah, for real.
For real.
Yeah, his son, actually from St. John, New Brunswick, is in the new Mulan movie.
What?
For real?
What?
For real?
Like what?
For real. Bob Lee's son from St. John, New Brunswick. I can't remember how to pronounce his Chinese name. He's from China.
There's a St. John fucking Lee guy.
Yep.
In the new, and I bet you type in Lee and Mulan. Yes, there will be a few credited people to that movie with the last name Lee.
No, it's not. You don't have his dad's name. He hates his father.
Oh, so he made up.
His dad never taught him anything. No,
never taught him the kung fu.
His dad would teach me iron palm technique.
Gung fu, even.
You know, I used to work in the city market and I would stand in horse stands and sell stuff to people. I wasn't allowed to get on a horse stance.
Oh, with the tippy toes in and he's been like the fucking.
We did a dragon dance in the city market to open the city market one time. It was on our local news channel.
What, you and a bunch of Asians?
Yes, me, white boy.
And then you.
I was the monk.
Because what, he was your.
I was the monk that had to fight the dragon.
He was your kung fu teacher.
Yeah, he never paid me money, bro. His wife would. I have literally eaten chicken fetus soup.
Chicken fetus soup.
Chicken fetus soup.
I've had chicken heart soup.
No, this was beak on the chicken, claws on it. It was being born, and they made soup out of it, and they would feed that to me. And as a little young guy thinking I was being taught martial arts, I would eat whatever they give me.
That is
the truth.
That sounds like a fucking Fear Factor event, dude.
It is worse than that. Fuck, man. But I was training. I thought that was training to me.
This place was bingo.
I don't know how much I can say on here, but I've done some pretty badass things with my fingers, put them through things.
And you like take credit to the chicken fetus soup.
Oh. Yeah,
that was your like young. That was like your young kid steroid. That was your spider bite, Spider-Man. Is that your origin story?
Hey,
this chicken fetus soup.
I never thought of that. That is my origin story.
And then I was
brother. I never thought of that. That is my origin story.
Human, and I will punch bricks and rocks.
Why do I want to do that?
Chicken. Oh man, you know what you did? With all them chicken feet, you ate souls.
I did.
You ate souls and beaks. Yeah, gross.
I've eaten way worse.
McFluffy Nips in the Jesus.
I've eaten way worse shit.
Is Normie still doing good? I haven't seen him in like I think a month or so. Just because like with the way like the things are going out here, like I'm not out on the town.
He's literally Bob Lee's son, and he's in the movie Mulan.
He's the live action.
Yeah, he's in the live action Mulan from St.
He looks like Cal.
He does actually.
He looks like Cal right there. No, we don't have bingo, but we do have a bingo set here. One day we will do bingo.
Did you read that?
Growing up in St. John.
So I wasn't joking. I wasn't joking.
No. So Richard fact checked himself, and the fact checked out for that one.
Well, I can't find Thumper, so
No, you're like, man, look up chicken feta soup. Like that'd be interesting to see.
Hey, his wife's English name was Alice. That's what she was
I haven't been on the ice yet. Weather's been like kind of crazy. Like I have to buy a second heater just to blow on some pipes, and it's been hitting like -30 and shit.
Is that your nickname, Heater?
No, blowing on pipes.
That's your nickname is Heater, blowing on pipes?
Yeah, all of it. Oh, here comes old Heater. Here comes old Heater blowing on pipes again.
Bring your pipes up, boys.
Yeah. AKA the thaw.
The thaw.
The thaw.
Oh.
Good fear the thaw.
They don't run away though.
Yeah, they run towards me. It's like, wow, dick out and everything. The thaw. Did Peggy the cat run away? No, Peggy the cat hasn't run away, but you know what's been happening? I think we're bonding a little bit more.
So is that like a raccoon?
No, the cats. Like we got a cat, like man, over a year ago, and man, this cat hates me. I enter the room, the cat leaves. The cat like doesn't like I can't even pet the back up like this when I try to pet it. Won't eat a treat from me and shit like that. Can't even fucking. So, anyways, I've been going out of my way lately. I got frustrated for a while and gave up on this cat. I was like, fuck you. You know what? Leave the room.
I want you anyway.
I don't want you in the room anyways. And I stopped even.
I'll pet myself.
I even stopped trying to pet this fucking cat. And I'm back to petting her. I think we're like getting a little closer.
Oh, yeah?
A little bit.
We have a cat at the house. Literally called her little girl. Because she never... My daughter, when she was younger, would call her princess and all these weird different names.
Yeah. Oh man, my daughter with this cat's got like 10 different names.
Yeah, same with this cat. But now it's what our dog at the time grabbed it one day in its mouth. Never heard it. It was a great dog, Aussie. But toured around the house for a little bit, and when I finally caught him, took her in her mouth. She's been sketchy as fuck since then, like traumatized probably. So she won't go to anyone but my wife.
Yeah.
And she'll like lay on her hip and she'll roll with her. Roll around. She moves in the house. She's always with her.
A cat?
Right. So
I want a touchy cat. I want this. I want to be touched by this cat. My cat.
I can't go near her. As soon as I go near her, it's like, go on, man. Just bolt.
Can you pet her?
No. I can change her shit. That's about it.
I've not made this cat purr yet.
Yeah, this cat won't let me even touch
I'm petting her. I get like 3 pets before she wants to skedaddle.
You ever try sneaking up? Because I'll even do that. I'll sneak up and go like this. As soon as I pet it, it seems like I'm getting one in.
Sometimes when she's waking up, I'll get one. And I was like, and then she looks at me and then for skedaddles.
Yeah, I get half a pet and she's like, fuck.
It's him. You. It's him. Yeah. Yeah, my cat don't like me.
So ultimately, our name for her is Little Girl. That's what it came out with. That's the only one that really kind of like, she kind of half looks at us.
Yeah.
Little girl. Oh.
And it's an older cat or a little younger?
Oh, yeah, it's old now, yeah.
So it is what it is. Like
it is, exactly.
This cat ain't going to change.
Yeah,
this cat.
She don't give a fuck anymore, yeah. But we got another cat. We rescued it. We're up in the country there at Woodstock. And this little tiny thing come into the house we're all partying at. It was like, little tiny 2-week-old fucking kittens. I wouldn't, country bumpkins let her out. And she right on the table started eating. Of course, we're all drunk and high.
So you're at that house where they're just giving away cats. I've been placing like that.
But yeah, and that's what it was. Now
I've been places where like, man, there's a box full of like young animals. You want one?
That's you kind of know what's going on though. To me, this cat was let into this house. It ain't ours. It's their house, not my house. Well, we ended up bringing it home.
Yeah.
And my daughter moved out and didn't take the goddamn cat.
The country folks that are like deep country and they're like, yuck. They're like, let us have a cat or 3 or 4. Let him not get fixed. Let him run around. Next, if one of them's a female, they'll produce cats and let those ones around. The eagles get them. That's fine. The fucking just, like you know what I mean, like just producing cats and not.
And I do think that's how one of my cats went missing. Is the eagles. There's an eagle's nest across from my house now, and our cat went missing. It was the last male cat we've had. We've only had 2 male cats in my life with my family.
Yeah.
And it was like one of those cats you go, never seen a mole in my life before. A mole, right?
Moles are weird, man.
Right? I never seen
from cartoons. I thought they're bigger, but they're small.
This one was quite big though.
No, you're silly.
No, I'm not. I thought it was a rat. No way, brother. It was like this.
You're talking about a gopher.
No, it had the face. It took it right to my door. I caught the cat trying to get in the house with this fucking thing in its mouth.
Bigger than a pop can.
Way bigger. Like, well, about two cans. It was probably about 2 of them. Maybe not quite as thick, but it was.
I've never. Let me just say, I've never seen a mole. I've never, and it doesn't mean that they don't exist. I've never.
They do. But my thing is, growing up in the south end of the city, there was rats in houses. We seen rats, wharf rats from the Causeway, that area.
Yeah, I saw a weird mole.
They're fucking big. They're huge motherfucking rats, man.
As big as cats.
And this mole looked like not the wharf rats, but like a rat in your house, a big rat. It looked like that. That's how big it was. A fairly good sized rat.
Maybe I just saw a little one. Because man, the only time I saw a mole was like late in life in my 30s, and it was on the east side, and it was one of those starfish moles with the. It had a weird.
Well, that's a mole. That's what they have, that weird fucking face where they dig to the ground or whatever the hell.
Yeah, but the fucking snout was weird. But this thing was like, I don't know, big like a mouse.
No exaggeration, brother. Honest God, is at least that big. It was a huge thing, and that's without the tail. I thought it was a rat. I thought it was a rat.
What part?
East. Yeah. Fuck, when we were kids, man, I seen this guy drop a cinder block on a wharf rat, which again was a huge animal. Like a very good sized raccoon.
Yeah, the size of a cinder block.
And he dropped the cinder block on the back of it and it crushed it. Like, I'm not trying to be cruel. We were just kids, and this older guy was doing this.
I tell these stories sometimes.
Okay, so they took. But I was actually weirdly impressed. This fucking thing took off and still got away from us because he was trying to catch it. He was trying to kill it. Right. Well, he got away from us, got into the sewer, and got away from us. So obviously, he most likely died, but. It didn't just lay over and die. I know how that might sound weird, but to me, the way I grew up, that was impressive to me. That this thing went, you know what? I'm out. I'm not. You're not killing me, bro. He got away from us.
My claim to fame is a rat story, dude. Did I ever tell you that fucking crazy rat story?
I'm not sure. I don't remember that.
I'll try to give it to you short stop because it's only like Johnny Azul.
Let me get the time. I'll get the time on it.
No, don't fucking time me. But
you got 3 minutes.
So I had all these rats. Like from the poison dying in my floors, and then they smell, then I have to go get them out. It was annoying. So I was like, okay, instead of poisoning these rats, because I'm right on the water, right? So it's going to be an endless battle.
Yeah, I can picture your area.
Right. So anyways, I was like, let me live trap them so they're not going to die in my floors. But I fixed the floor thing. Now it's all spray foam. There's no underhang for them to hang with. So anyways, cut one, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to kill you. It's in the live trap. Boom, pellet gun. Point blank, boom, gotcha. Ah, fuck, this thing's stuck. Boom. It took like 14 hits, 17 hits. And by the 17 hits, man, like I'm a softie in my heart, man. This hurt my soul. Like by the fourth, this thing hated me. By the fifth, it's screaming. But I went to like 15 shots. And then I switched guns in between because I was like, maybe this one's stronger. And I'm point blank. Like it was a horrible thing to do. So then I caught another one in a live trap. And after going through that, I'm like, there's one of my buddies with me. And he's like, oh, let me shoot him. I was like, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to go through that. That's horrible for the soul, dude. Like that didn't sit right with me. You know what I mean? Doing that to that didn't sit right with me.
Just to interject, not the story. My brother Phil used to breed rats. People would buy them from him, and they were actually really cool pets, man. I never owned one. I had tarantulas.
I had a pet mouse.
I had a lot of tarantulas.
Leroy.
I had a tarantula that was as big as my hand one time, and the ass was about that round. So it was like about that big on a spot.
So the next rat we caught in the cage, I got buddy. He wants to shoot it. I'm like, no, we can't shoot it. Let me think here. Rat's in the cage. It's freaking out. It's not liking it. I got it outside. I'm thinking about it. I was like, okay. I got this big Rubbermaid bin. Let me drown this thing. Because I got a good heart, but like I want. That's
not a good heart. How's that a good heart?
It's gonna be quick. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be that.
Drowning ain't quick,
it's
bro.
Not me shooting it 18 times, right?
I don't ever want you to come with me to do any jobs.
So, anyways, I take whatever time it takes to fill up this giant Rubbermaid bin to take the whole cage in, right? I took the hour it took to fill it up. So, anyways, oh God, I'm sorry, little fella. And the whole time I'm apologizing. I'm dipping the cage deeper. Come to find out, the Tupperware is not deep enough. The rat has like this much, and he's just floating like struggling for life.
Of course he is.
Just struggling for life, just like I'm swimming, but I got no room.
Is
I
this
got
a test? Do I win?
I can't even hang on. I got no room, like just very little bit. I was like,
please be a science experiment.
so I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, I can't let. I gotta figure out something to do quick. So I had this like full brand new can of like white spray paint. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna gas you. So I'm like, sorry, little fella. And the whole time I'm apologizing. I'm like, sorry, little fella.
Did you have like a chalkboard with like what to do next?
So then I had the cover of the Tupperware bin, right? And I'm like, empty a full can of spray paint in there with just in the corner. Then I close the lid and we fucking go inside for like smoke a joint too. I'm like, oh man, hopefully he finds heaven real quick. Like hopefully he finds heaven real quick.
If he finds hell, he's coming back.
And then like, oh my god. And then like, I don't know, like fucking 45 minutes after 2 joints of beer, I was like, man, the fucker's dead now. Like I can't even be in my room with the door closed doing spray paint. And he's got this much air full of spray paint. And as I take the lid off, rat's still swimming, but he's all white from the spray paint. The rat's all white now. Like his face is all white. Like everything's white. It's like, you fucker's still swimming? You should be dead. So then at this point, my buddy's, I'll shoot it. So I put the cage outside, give him like a bunch of pellet guns, and I go inside for an hour. And he's like, that was horrible. That took 15, 18 shots. I was like, told you, I was trying to save you on your soul.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But me trying to end this rat quick out of the kindness of my heart, and then being the worst 3 hours of this rat's life.
or the best if there is a Valhalla for rats.
Oh man,
he's Odin, bro. He's fucking Odin. If there's a Valhalla for rats, that motherfucker's Odin.
The legend of this
rat. You wouldn't believe how many shots the motherfucker sprayed me, man. The motherfucker sprayed my face. I live. The bitch come back. I'm like, yeah, fuck you.
This is the Jesus Christ of rats. This is And on the 7th day, he was reborn.
I breathed in all that fucking spray paint. Then he shot me like 180 times because you know you got to exaggerate, right? He's like at least 180 shots.
Yeah.
I took 179. At 180, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let go now.
Yeah. It was BBs. It was pellets.
I think there was a shotgun shell in there.
And I had all kinds of different BBs and pellets too, man. Like this thing went through it like a fucking.
I'll tell you a quick story. I won't get into it because I can't. But I can tell you right now that I
have a story.
I have witnessed a friend of mine, some bad people I used to know, literally had a dog get shot 8 times from a cop's Glock. 8 bullets from like 2 feet away.
Like a raid situation and
they busted his place, raided him and shit. And that dog taking those bullets, the guy got away. Honest to God.
Because it had the attention on the cop.
Doesn't matter about it, but because he did get busted anyway. But I mean this because
no, I agree. As a citizen, you know what I like to hear sometimes?
The dog.
Let the fella get away every now and then.
But the dog was a monster. Because you know what? If you knew him, if me and you were there, he was a fucking great dog. He was an awesome dog. He did, you didn't have to worry about it. It wasn't one of those dogs that you got sketched out by because you knew he was this guy's dog. You know what I mean? Yeah. He was a great dog.
Rottweiler? Oh.
It was a pit bull.
Yeah.
Purebred. There was a family lineage, man. I'm telling you, there's a family lineage with these dogs. And it's still going. His sister, this guy's sister, still breeds these dogs.
See, I don't know much about the pit bulls in the city, but
the thing was,
like you say, there is like King and then Queen and the Rottweiler family, like Zeus and
There was his sister's name is Linda, and she still breeds these dogs, that lineage, and she won't give them to everybody.
And she knows around here that probably means a lot.
It does for them. It does because she learned a lesson from her brother, who was a gangster. Her brother was the original gangster in this city, like the real deal kind of guy. For this city, nobody touched that man.
Yeah.
Like he did the things in this, like I witnessed him pay cops.
El Chapo.
No, I witnessed him put money in cops' hands.
El Chapo.
He bought a gun from a cop before. Like a cop brought guns to his house before. Like the guy was a real deal in the city.
You know what else is crazy? Arby's sauce. Is Arby's sauce good on hamburgers or only hot dogs? Man, it's great Like a hot dog with Arby's sauce and mustard is like fucking.
I could tell them about like a murder story and no one would care. It would get right
No,
through.
no. There's probably comments about your story down here. I'm just trying to play catch up to get to your comments.
Awesome.
I'm just trying to play catch up to get to.
Dog and 8 bullets in the head. What's your Arby's sauce like?
No, but they know I like Arby's sauce, and I put that shit on.
I
put that shit on everything.
That shit on everything. You're like the fucking where's the beef lady?
Yeah, where's the Arby's sauce? What's up, big man? Let's go. Oh man, I haven't got to Fluffy. He's been here for a while. Wagwan, Fluffy, awesome. Wagwan, love that movie. You watching the Book of Boba Fett? I am. Yeah. Richard's not. He's slow on the shows.
I'm fucked. Yeah.
He's slow on the shows.
I'm not around a TV a lot.
After watching, I used to thumb Titan moves always. What? After watching, I used to do the thumb tightening move always. I don't know if that was related to like our kung fu talk.
Maybe
because I'm like, let me get caught up here. You have would you have banged any of the Golden Girls?
Definitely.
All of them, man. That show's been on TV forever.
I would have got lost in Betty White though.
I love grandma figure ladies.
Cookies,
good cooking.
Oh.
Look,
just not going to be right back. Can you blank me out for that?
Any of the Golden Girls?
Oh, Betty White for sure. Just their stories about what was it? Oh, fucking Flargian or something. What the fuck? She had that city shoes from.
I don't know. You're older than me, and I was French.
I
didn't watch a lot of Golden Girls.
What was that? That you knew Bailout? I was French.
No, like you know what I mean. Like the Golden Girls was a long time ago, and so I would have been very young to begin with, right?
Me too.
I would have been very young to begin with, and I'm French learning English, so I would watch whatever fucking Radio Canada had, and like I'd be watching like fucking
on the Beachcombers,
the French shows.
I watch the Beachcombers. I listen to BTO.
Oh, you don't talk like that.
I tried.
This one time I watched on the TV and there was like
Jacques Coulac.
Yes, sir.
I got a chainsaw. It goes wing. You ever hear that in radio?
Yeah, Jack Coulac, the lumberjack, my brother and me.
Jumped on a tree with a chainsaw. Wing.
Leroy the goat. Leroy the mouse.
The mouse or the goat? Who the goat?
What's the priciest thing you ever stolen?
Fuck.
Oh man,
Can we talk about that? No, I've never been a thief, but
I have been. And like you know, I'm not proud to say I've never stole from a person with a last name and never stole from a person with a first name and last name, but I've stolen from like businesses, let's say, or not. I wouldn't even say steal. I would have like extra profited. Like I know this shit is hot, and let me buy it right quick. Like,
and I was the guy that used to go to. If someone told me that they stole, I would go to their house and make them pay back.
Or I would middleman a deal like that.
You know, I did that with Jay.
What's that?
The owner of this place. When I was younger, my brother Pete used to hang out with him. He owed money. He owed a debt to a guy. And they got me to go to his house before I knew who Jay was. And I took his TV and his stereo and put it in my car. I had an old Camaro. I drove away. And, you know, like 2 weeks later, he paid his debt. I told him to come and get it himself. I didn't bring it back to him.
You ever watch a movie, Alpha Dogs?
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Where they took Buddy's brother for ransom.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
That was a good movie. Justin Timberlake. What's your favorite memory of Ernie Landry? I've never met him. I don't think.
Ernie Landry. I don't know what's the name.
Well, it's the dead guy on the poster here.
Oh, I don't know him personally either.
That's one of Jay holds him in high regard.
Yeah, that's the owner of this place. They're like friends through bands. I've watched them play. I've seen the band play, but I don't know him personally.
No. You've seen him play.
Yeah. Like that's it. I've spoken to the man. He was here, 1 or 2 months before he passed away. Actually, he played at the Panda Crew.
He played at the West Side.
Their band played there like just not that long before he died.
Oh wow!
Because Jay said he was sick when they played. I don't know why. I don't even know the story. I really don't know.
No,
he's even older than me.
He looks familiar.
He's
I
even older
obviously
than
saw
me.
him play, but
He's
I've
older-
never.
He's older than me.
Is he? Only the good die young. Only the good die young. Only the good. Man, I already showed you the pics. It's a dude that needs help from the wheelchair from the Strokes. You know what I mean?
So I thought it was a puppet. I thought it was like a ventriloquist act.
Oh, he's got his hand up his ass. He's gonna talk
I
out
thought it
his
was a
mouth.
ventriloquist act.
Yeah, Jeff Dunham's puppets are looking real.
How you doing?
Good.
This next one goes out to Demorier.
Yeah. That's what my mom used to smoke. My mom was a smoker for a little bit, and then she quit. But yeah, she was. Like
I've actually never smoked a cigarette in my life.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
Never.
You secondhand a couple.
Oh
bags,
yeah.
though.
I come from a family of 8.
Bags.
I have 8 brothers and sisters, and they all fucking smoked at one point, and they all still do pretty much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But I'm still alive.
You're older than me, so I went through this. You went through this. Your parents smoked. Man, they smoked on the highway with the windows rolled up, and the car's a smoke show. The car's a hot box.
My wife used to smoke in bed,
and
I'd be working out, going to work, and doing I was always a very active person. Come home and try to get in bed. I slept on the couch or in the basement a lot. She would literally sit there and smoke in her bed, like reading a book.
That's a fire hazard. Like you fall asleep in there. Like people die.
I slept with my sword before though, so that's
slept on your sword.
I slept with my sword. I used to sleep with my samurai sword.
That's weird.
I get all fucked up and fucking wake up with my sword beside me.
That's a weird thing.
Segue.
Yeah. No, I let that linger. For a bit.
No meaning. Just happened.
Do you still buy fish out of people's car trunks? I don't.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
I don't eat fish, but yes, I frequently.
I just bought salmon. I just bought salmon tonight, man.
Exclusively out of people's
I have salmon right now. I bought salmon tonight.
Of someone's trunk?
Yep.
That's how you do it. That's how we get it. Man, it's a port city. Like it comes from here.
Yeah, and buddy, he was.
If you don't know a fisherman or a hookup guy, you're fucking.
I got pork steaks from him too. Peppered pork steaks.
So he's not a fisherman. He just had fish and pork.
He's literally a guy that works at a meat plant or something. That's what it was. He got a hold of us. So I went and met him. So there's the real story. But still, I did buy salmon.
Was it Tony?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, man, I love that guy.
He's not doing it anymore though.
I love that guy.
But he told me he had some stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, we would wait.
I love that guy, man. But also, let me tell a story about this guy. Looks like Will Sasso for one.
He does.
And then secondly,
he's a great drummer, by the way.
Me and him hit it off the first night. We're drinking, having a good conversation in the smoke corridor and this and that. He mentions like chicken and this and that. Adds me as a Facebook friend. Then I message him like, what about them chickens? He's like, I don't know nothing about no chicken.
I was high.
I was like, man, you work for a place that sells chicken, and I want some of that. Like he gave me a crazy price. I think he over exaggerated the price because I was like, remember how you said like $20 for a box of a lot of chicken? And he was like, well, I don't know nothing about chicken.
That wasn't me.
Like, I think he overtopped his price.
Yeah. And he had to backtrack.
But the price I saw on the flyer was great anyways.
Did you know he was having metal shows at his house one time for a while there, a couple summers?
Oh, yeah.
He'd bring like random bands in town and we go, these in like Wellsford. So it was like out of the city, good backyard, like woods and big fire pit and everything.
Yeah, some people do
that was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty good. He used to play drums. When we tried to get our band back together, Victim 13, we had him playing drums. But when he got in a band, we just assumed he's a drummer. He's a drummer. He knows we're a metal band.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. He's like, oh, no, I want to be a metal drummer. I'm like,
So you can't double kick
and
all that?
We can't restart our band with a guy that wants to be a metal drummer. You know what I mean? Like, if we wanted to be metal guys, then that'd be the same. We're all on the same page, you know what I mean? But he was like trying to be a metal drummer.
And that says a lot about metal, though. Like,
he's a drummer. He's a good drummer, but
drummer's the heartbeat, and like it's quick.
Yeah, and you got to be in this. You can't be a metal drummer in a rock band. You can't be a rock drummer in a metal band. You know what I mean? There's a big difference. There's a huge difference.
Huge.
Thumper huge.
My mom smoked in bed and accidentally burned me with a cherry. So that smoke and snuggle with a baby was just sort of like a baby move. Good night. Good night, son.
Hello, have you?
I woke up with a burn and glaucoma.
Dad, is that you, Dad? It's your mother. It's your mother. God,
no, but that sucks, Johnny. Though. And how did you get?
Yeah,
there?
I've been burned by a cherry before, but that's a whole other story. It's a whole other story.
I got burned by a couple cigarettes.
I wasn't talking cigarettes.
Are lobsters a big thing there like they are in Maine? Lobsters is a big thing, and man, that would be one of the fishes I can get like from the fella, right? Fresh, the freshest I could beat. Like I know the guy. But I don't eat lobster. Like I'll hook my dad up when he wants, or when he has some, I'll buy some and bring it to my. But man, lobster is like, okay, I'll tell you the price. But to me, it seems high. Like it's an all-time high. Like I remember a few years ago, it was way less. But it was like, hey, buddy, lobster. Like, man, how much you selling me a lobster for? And he sells it to me at fisherman price. Like he caught it, and he's like 11, $12 a pound. And I'm like, okay, cool. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You're not going to argue with the fishermen, and that's what the prices are. But once upon a time, like not too long ago, like $7 a pound, $8 a pound was not out of the question. So for him to say like 11, it's gone up, and it is what it is. Like he didn't like mark up the price or anything. That's just what it is now. You know what I mean? That's what he needs to get. And I'd imagine Johnny, to get some Atlantic lobster out there, it's probably more than $12 a pound. Like you know what I mean? Like, where are we at here? Are you still gonna ride a mobility scooter around Walmart? Well, I still have my crutches and my cast and stuff like that. Even though I can walk and I don't need it, like maybe I'll keep that in the back of my mind for possibly a video ID or something like that. And like I said, I don't know. There's a few hurdles I got to go through before I really get back into like making videos instead of from my phone, from like my actual like camera. Like I gotta get like a decent editing program on the go and a couple things and this and that, and I don't know. But yeah, that would be a good idea down the road there for sure. Are you sad you're not meeting up with Marco and Sam Lands and Mackenzie in LA? That sounds like it would have been a fucking wicked trip. Like, you know what I mean? Like that would have been, I don't know, man. That would have been great to meet all them guys. That would have been great, but too many hurdles for me to even like think of even being possible to participate in something like that. You know, I mean, there's a few hurdles. But it'd be fun. It'd be fun. And let's say I do get a passport eventually, right? One of my first, like maybe not my first, but like somewhere close on my list would be Jersey's is not too bad. Like too far. Like let me go to Jersey and fucking I don't know, check out Jersey and meet up with LA Beast for a beer or two. Like you know what I mean? Like wouldn't that be fucking something cool to check off the list? Check the sites around there because man, I haven't seen none of the USA. And if you have a beer, you have a beer. Is your prosthetic leg still moldy?
There's a walk-in.
It's probably still a little bit. Like you know what I mean? Like I'll use it. not really clean it, kind of wipe it, and then use it again, and Wouldn't spores grow off of spores? You know what I mean? So yeah, there's probably a good chance there's like I wouldn't offer it as a clean cup. Let's just say, is Mrs. Poop still in a pyramid scheme? Yes, she is. But man, it's working out.
You can make that pyramid squeak.
Pyramid squeams.
Pyramid squeam. You can make a pyramid squeam. Wherever you it's good. That's what I was gonna say.
No, she's in with this thing like body beach, and there's like a bunch of like food supplements and like this and that.
Who's that look like? Can anyone see? Can you see that? It's hard to see. Is that better?
No, it's that. There's.
I know, but it was like it. There it is. Okay. That's what you look at when you sit in the bathroom here.
Yeah, that is like Jesus or like
Rasputin is who it reminds me of. You must have heard of Rasputin.
Yeah, Rasputin.
Right? Okay,
I don't know Rasputin enough to know, but you know who it reminds me of.
That's who it reminds me.
Ever seen like Encino Man?
Yeah.
Like, you know, the guy that gets unfrozen, the caveman looks like a caveman.
Oh,
like,
what's his name there from Mummy?
Yeah.
From Money.
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan, yeah.
He says, looks like Jesus of Nazareth.
Right, and that's what most people say, but it looks like.
I think it's supposed to be Jesus. I don't know.
Yeah, someone randomly drew it and give it to Jay and put it in the bathroom right in front of the fucking toilet.
Technically, kind of looks like me right now.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Me, maybe. Yeah.
No, no.
No, I don't want to hear your stories.
No.
It's good. It's not great.
Have you broken any chairs lately?
Fuck.
Yeah, no. Just mine that you guys saw. I was sitting in my rocking chair and it just
I seen that.
exploded on me.
Yeah, you fat ass.
CJ Hale's in the house.
How you doing?
Who's gonna take your plane virginity?
Who's gonna take me home?
Probably WestJet.
Tonight.
Probably WestJet. I don't know.
Was that old car song? Who's gonna take her home tonight?
If you jerk off in a plane, is that like Mile High Club still? Is that a checker? Is that something worth doing though? Is that a checker mark?
Yeah, I don't think so. There's got to be another name for that. Like
it's not Mile High Club, but it's probably the solo act.
Yeah,
mildly
Jellyfist.
The mildly solo act.
Jellyfist or something.
Jellyfist.
Yeah, because you know it's getting all over you.
Sounds like my old high school nickname. Oh, Jellyfist.
Jellyfist.
Oh, Jellyfist.
Who would fight a jellyfist?
Yeah. Used to jerk off with Jello.
See, no Thumper.
Yeah. Used to jerk off with Jello.
Why did I never think of that? My fucking God.
That would be something.
That would be.
Do you like do it over top of the bowl? Just to catch it?
I'm not like I'm going to eat it for fuck's sakes.
Then what do you do? Like put it in the garbage, and so your garbage bag smells like Jello.
No, you're like Ronnie. You give it to your younger brother.
Maybe like a cucumber salad.
Yeah.
You ever see those ones where the cucumber is questionable?
I grew up in a family of 6 boys, so yeah.
Are new refugees coming to St. John every day?
Every other day.
Every other day. We have some. Some.
Yep.
Like, man, corner stores.
They come and they go.
Corner stores have changed ownerships.
Honestly, every single drive that you go through, literally different accent. Like,
man, I
literally
I order skip the dishes, and these drivers last time I had like a white fella was like never. I think I had one Kevin one time.
82. Like 1982.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's a big thing now.
The year was 1778.
Name was Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry if that was offensive.
What are the are the restrictions bad there?
It's a bad person to ask because I don't.
The restrictions.
I ignore them all.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about nothing.
You don't pay attention to that, but I do.
If it wasn't for
And
my
the
daughter,
restrictions are like
I'd be dead or in jail.
okay, but Friday they're turning the screws on. Like
Yeah, it's gonna
Friday
get
they're
worse.
turning the screws
Yeah.
on. Fridays is like one household bubble.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Like,
Which means I'll just drink more beer and get naked and be more of an asshole.
I'll have to do my Corona challenge again. I'll have to do my like.
I want to get in on that with you because
Get
you
drunk
only
on the
made it to
Corona.
17 last time I was here.
17 or 18 or 20. I forget.
Yeah,
I forget. 17. No, I had more. I posted a video of 17, but I had like 18, 19. No, it's more than that. It was more than that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't. Man, I smoke joints. I smoke joints too. Like,
oh fuck yeah! No, I'm not taking that.
I'm not saying. I'm saying I don't do performance enhancing drugs. I do performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah. Okay, so you caught.
I'm smoking my sleep. I'm here. Let me drink a lot.
No, that's
and be
fair.
sleepy.
That's fair. That's
like,
fair.
You know what I mean? So
I will give you that because you do that a lot.
what I did was a tough task.
Yeah,
it was a tough task.
You do that.
17 to 20 beers.
20
beers it was a tough task. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing a performance enhancing drug.
I know, because the next day I came here and I was here to drink. I was here early. That was the night I didn't go home.
You're like, yeah, I'll drink your Coronas.
That was the night I didn't go home. Do you remember? I passed out here and Jay found me here, passed out in the bar. I drank the rest of your Corona.
Yeah. I'm sure I left you some lime. I
don't care. It's not about flavor to me. It's about getting drunk. I don't give a fuck what it tastes.
What's the next weird Canadian holiday coming up?
Beaver Monday.
Of all beavers. Half off or all off.
Our tongues will be sore for weeks.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I'm horrible with holidays.
What are we here? January.
But we're crazy enough that I think we almost have one every month. Like a family day. No, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm a Mac now. We're Scottish, and my other side of my family's Irish. So
St. Patty's coming up. I don't fucking know.
Well, we're Celtic, so every weekend is
St. Patty's Day.
Drinking Saturday. I was trying to think of something, man. I couldn't come up with it, but yeah, we drink a lot. That's not a lie. We're fucking drunkards.
Every day is a fucking holiday.
Right?
It is every day.
Lunch for an Irishman is 2 potatoes and 6 fucking beers.
Starch.
There was a bar uptown.
Man. You do horribly on the keto.
Honest to God, there's a bar uptown.
That's not great with the keto.
I was working uptown with a buddy of mine. We were just tearing a building down, building an elevator shaft, and we go to lunch. We walked by one day, and
said shaft.
I did. Your name's Peter. But there was one of those bar things out there, like the A-frame little, tell you what their menu is. And it said Irishman's lunch, and it said 2 potatoes and 6 beer. And my buddy was like,
look at
his last name's Murphy. His last name's Murphy. He's like, that's kind of offensive. I'm like, fuck you. That's a great lunch. Anyway.
That would be. That sounds like my dad's lunch.
That's why they say deedly dee potatoes. You like potatoes? What are you gonna do?
Deedly dee beers and potatoes.
Lucky Charms.
Are the Vikings ruins in St. John? They're in St. John, Newfoundland, and the Vikings were in Newfoundland. Like true story.
Yeah, but there are rumors of.
Yeah, we probably have a little bit of touch of Vikings too.
But do you know this? There's rumors of Vinland. The name Vinland means grapes, right?
Yeah, vineyard, yeah.
There's rumors that there is possibly a homestead of Vikings that did come to New Brunswick, because this here was a big crop of grapes back in the day. And it still is. There still is a vineyard here.
Yeah.
So I don't know how true it is, but I do know there is rumor and theory of Vikings possibly being here. But there is no.
We do have wild grapes. We do have weird wine grapes.
I'm a winemaker. I make my own wine, and I use those grapes as much as I can.
Man, you know what I love about those? I don't know if it's the same wine grapes as my buddy has. My buddy's in Quispamsis, this old fella, green thumb as fuck. You know what I mean? Him and his wife, green thumb as fuck.
They got fucked up thumb. That's all I get.
But he's got like a big bushel area of wine grapes. They go from green to like almost like purpley or whatever.
So they're not wild then. He must be breeding them though, because to have
It's like a
that.
bush.
Well, maybe though. I'm not-
Anyways, man, they're sour when they're green, and I love them when they're green.
Yeah.
When I'll go there, I'll leave with like a bag full or
I tried to make a Chardonnay one time with those grapes,
yeah.
and it turned into champagne, accidentally. Honest to God, not perfect. It wasn't super bubbly, but it was more bubbly than I wanted.
So that, but that's what you add in.
And it was those
yeast,
sour
though.
grapes. Yeah, oh yeah, made from scratch. Make
Yeah,
my own
yeah.
wine from scratch. But yeah, I was trying to make
So
Chardonnay.
carbonated.
Yeah, it ended up being more carbonated than I wanted, because Chardonnay has a slight bit of carbonation when you catch it right, when you catch it at the right time.
Why are you saying champagne? Like he almost like
It is champagne,
he
man.
bearded he bearded up some wine.
No, I didn't.
It was like
I knew what I was doing.
a wine, but you bearded up, and it got a carbonation like beer.
No, not at all.
You
Bro.
champagned it.
I did.
You're making champagne.
Bro, I make beer. You know that. I make beer all the time.
Oh,
I
you
make
have
beer
you
no matter
have
what.
a Richard 2018 in your wine cellar right now?
No. Fuck, man. My brother drank that
Because
shit.
he drank
2 weeks.
it.
2 weeks. You don't make that. That'll make no sense to you. You know better than that. You know better than that statement. My brothers drink my shit in 2 weeks. I started making wine because my brothers were drinking all my beer. That is literally why I started making wine. Because they drink all. We play darts in my basement. They drink all my beer. So I started making wine to go. That's yours. Don't touch my beer. But you start doing something long enough, you start getting like, hey, wonder if I could do this. So I did. I tried to make a fucking.
You make champagnes.
It didn't make it. It turned into it.
Champagnes happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a story for them? I had to take a piss or something.
I don't know, bro. What kind of stories can I tell?
Here, do you want me to read maybe last comment? Maybe last comment will give you something to talk about. Anyone egged your house? Or what do people in St. John think about Kamala and Joe Biden?
Oh my fuck.
Do you want to talk about a little
I don't know who the fuck Kamala, but Joe Biden. I love Let's Go Brandon. Put it that way. I love the actual meaning of it though. Fuck Joe Biden. I'm not a big liberal guy, so I don't want to say too much. Don't want to offend nobody, but I hate Trudeau. I live for myself, make my own stuff. I'm a home grower. My children all make their own shit, fight for themselves. We all live for ourselves. But I don't believe in all this liberal shit. Cheers. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of new to this, talking to the camera, talking to the computer. I'm not, what do you call that? What's the name? I'm not that old a dude. I literally took electronics engineering when I went to college, but I kickboxed and sang in a band, so never used it.
Are you getting a weird smell back there, like a diesel or an oil?
Something. But I think it must be those guys next door. I thought that too. But I'm thinking it must be them, eh?
There's some kind of like diesel-y, propane-y kind of like.
Because I even sprayed inside the toilet with that spray nine stuff just to spray it, thinking I would take what maybe you said it was dark water one time.
Oh man, that toilet tank.
So I sprayed it in there just to make sure, but no, I think it is next door. It's got to be, man. They're getting ready for tomorrow. Big snowstorm coming here tomorrow, maybe. So
are they still even around?
The place beside us is like an industrial place.
Did they spill? Fuck I don't know. It smells diesel-y.
They might have spilled something inside the warehouse.
Yeah, in the shop.
Do you know that we almost had half of that?
Yeah, that back part.
That would have been epic, man. Would have been nice for like it was been a full half of that warehouse because he didn't own it. He ended up paying more rent because Jay wanted it. Yeah. But he already had dibs on basically, right? I guess that would have been a great place. That would have been there. There'd be no stage. Yeah, that'd be the whole stage back there. Excuse me, which would have been way better.
I always thought that front room was something special. This one right here.
What do you mean?
Like,
like this.
This place is commercial, right? And there's this room, that room, and this room, and that room, and there's band playing here, and here. But over here, there's like a single door, front office door, this place is commercial, and like you could close it, like have like a computer and a guy back there, and just realistically, that with how cheap the rent could possibly be, you could make something out of that. Like,
Yeah.
just have a printer and make car decals, or make like.
But here's the thing. You need to talk to Jay about that, because literally the plan was here to have kegs. I have kegs at my house. I have fucking all the lines. I have everything you need to put in kegs. Put our own taps.
Yeah.
Right? He wants to do it, but when I want to bring them, no, not tonight. Don't want to do it. You can't get Jay to commit.
Yeah, no,
you can't get him to commit to something like that, because it's got all control. I love the man. He's a great guy, but he wants to have all control. So if I was willing to go, here's all the kegs, not all the shit, he might do it. But then again, how he's going to fill them? I would be filling them. So you doing that? You doing it. That's a great idea, by the way. That's a great idea.
Or just something like it's a small, costless storefront, and the storefront, whatever, could be minute, could be well thought out, could be whatever, could be almost whatever, like car decals.
Well,
sneak some weed out the back. Also,
George Malley, the place where last weekend, right? He used to have a machine that would make like your flag, right? Like
screen prints.
Yeah, big, large flags.
Or he had a crazy printer or something.
So that there, put something on that, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he wanted to bring it over to the Panic-Room on the west side, put it into the Panic-Room and just use it there.
Yeah.
And then pay for the ink or whatever, right? And Jay didn't want to do that either. And he printed Jay out a thing, and Jay never even got it from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just Jay. I don't know. It's hard to. I don't know what to say about it, because honestly, it's just Jay.
It's Jay, man. He's the best guy in the world, and he has a vision for this place, and we're just thinking different vision than him, or similar vision,
it's got to be
we're
on
seeing
his path.
different things.
It's got to be on his path to fit in, right? And that's the thing. And the weird thing about it is, and it's kind of a cool thing. It's not good in a way, but it's not always about money for him.
Man,
he's not always trying to make a buck. He's not always trying to make money. He's trying to make it the way he wants it to be.
And the way he wants it to be. Yeah.
And that's cool and admirable. But
me and I had this thought, like when Trevor Hickey had the room there, he loves making YouTube videos. I love making YouTube videos. I was almost thinking, like, let me pay for the rent for that front room, because man, I love that front room, and be like green screen in the back, have a desk. He can use it for like his videos. I can use it for mine. Almost have it like a streaming room.
Fuck him.
I know you don't like him, but at the same time, he's like-minded with me at one point.
For sure. But he's all about himself.
He
wouldn't try to help you like you're trying to help him. Put it that way.
Oh,
now you're talking about helping him. He wouldn't. He'd use you. That's what Trevor is.
I have a big heart, and that is true. And yes, I would help before I would disarm.
I've been around for a long time, and I have a big heart too. But I also know how to take someone's heart out.
Where are we at here? Has any? I'm 45. Can't be much older than me.
Nope, not much. Shut your mouth, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember the night you put the hat on, put your beard up?
Was it? No, I took something behind my ears or something like that.
Took my hat right off my head.
Oh,
doing Ronnie. Oh, Batman.
Yeah, I'm Batman. Is Digby Ferry seaworthy, or is it a piece of shit?
Oh no, it's a great shit.
We got a better one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the old one was shitty, and it's like, wow, we're shitty. We need the government help. And next thing you know, instead of getting more money, they just sent a different boat down that worked.
Oh yeah, there was like dolphins floating the first one. They had dolphins strapped to the bottom.
Just to move it, like guys in the basement just rowing, just guys in the basement just.
That dolphin died. Put another one on. I should have said turtles.
Fuck, out here could be jellyfish. We got a lot of jellyfish.
Oh fuck yeah! You ever been stung by jellyfish?
Yeah, pissed on it.
No, I didn't. Seriously, and I yelled at my fucking kid for can't piss on me. No, I did. And, we were in PEI one time, and I come out of the water, and honest to God, I got stung by a jellyfish, and that's what we were all talking about.
Oh, you got a jellyfish scar from being a child?
No. The jellyfish got me in the leg.
So why are you taking your arm out?
Because I come out of the water, and there was a big welt. There was a welt like that. Like a big circle with a bruise and a hole in it. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Was that a jelly? Did you see it, or was it a stingray? Because we have stingrays around here too.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't see what did that. I was in the water swimming, going down underneath and stuff. Me and my daughter swimming around, right?
Yeah, could have been. That sounds more like a stingray.
I felt it hit me in the leg. I'm like, shit. Come up. I'm like, I'm making jokes. Don't piss on me. It hurt, but it didn't kill me.
No.
I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I'm not joking. My daughter has a picture on her phone. There's a big fucking welt like that, and there's a hole in the middle.
No, a jellyfish will be like a discolored lightning bolt, a discolored like weird.
You got my leg. Oh yeah, I got a jellyfish on the leg. Same thing, same incident. But that's what we found. I'm like, what was that? I still to this day have no idea.
I don't think it was a jellyfish. I think it was maybe a stingray.
I think that sounds more likely. But I never seen the stingray. I didn't see it. But we were underwater with no snorkel or nothing either, right? Just
me and my brother were snorkeling in Capillet. In Capillet, man,
that's a great place, by the way. Capillet is a fucking awesome place.
When we would rent
French guy Capillet, and I'm like Capillet.
Capillet.
Capelli. I was at Capelli once.
I was at Capelli.
Sorry.
No, but my mom, we used to rent a cottage out there, and like that was cottage country, and we used to rent one for like a week. So anyways, it was jellyfish filled, but the point of the story was the beach was crazy. We're at low tide. You could walk almost a kilometer before the water got deep. You know what I mean? It was like sand dunes, water puddle, sand dunes, water puddle. Da, da, da. So me and my brother were like, it was like wasn't very deep, but we were far out. We were snorkeling with the thing and man, we saw a stingray like right underneath us. Freaked us out. We took off, but we saw one stingray, but jellyfish aplenty, depending on the season, depending on the year.
I literally know that I got the jellyfish was my own fault because I swam through a bunch of them.
Yeah, and they bunch up.
I did. I literally was being that guy that dove down and was like swimming towards it and went like this ain't a big deal. Yeah. And then I was like, felt it in my leg. I'm like, come on. Yeah, it got me in the leg. But
out there in Capillet, like let's say like maybe 1 week or 2 weeks out of the year. That beach is polluted with jellyfish. Good fucking luck.
Oh yeah.
You can play in the puddles.
They'll come up. They'll like float up on the beach. They'll be
they'll be on the beach. Yeah.
Rows of
them.
You
can poke it with a stick.
Yeah.
On the beach.
You ever try this? You slap the water, try to flip it. You ever try that?
To what? Look on the belly underside.
Yeah. You can make it literally jump and flip fully over.
If you hit the water. I've never done jellyfish cruelty.
Yeah, I have, because my dad taught me. Anyway,
you see the jellyfish, son?
Do this.
You gotta flip it.
Honest to God, my uncle Richard, my namesake, literally when I was a kid, did that to us. Like showing us how you can't get them in a bunch though. You got to get one that's singled out. You hit the water like
you slap it so hard that it flips them.
It does. It flips right over, and tentacles come over, and you can see right into it. It's kind of freaky, actually.
I've never seen right into one.
And then you just roll it back over. But no, we never did that.
I was kind of like scared. I was scared of a lot of things, man. I was a scared child.
Yeah, well, I grew up in a big family where you were scared or you got beat up a lot and learned not to be scared. Pretty much exactly how it went.
It wasn't. I wasn't scared of people. I was scared of like things.
I was too.
Not people. I was never scared of people.
I was a shy kid, like same. But I was bullied like to the point where like it made me go, well, okay, I'm gonna do this now. Like I'm being forced to do it, so I'm going to learn how to do it and then do it better than them. That's why I am that guy in my family. You met my older brother. You met my younger brother. Yeah, they think of me the same way. You know what I mean? Because I was that generation for me. When I grew up in my family, it was literally that. You get bullied until you went, I'm going to fight back. They ain't that tough. And then you get hit by an older kid and go, that didn't hurt. And I hit him and he cries. You start realizing, wait a minute, I'm tougher than the little fucker that was bullying me.
See, I don't like, man. This is
different
just
era,
like
different era.
Not different era, but also different area, and also
That's
era
true.
by choice. Like, man, I went to Sam to Sham, where when I went there, the whole school was kindergarten to grade 12, 500 students. for all of it, for the whole school, 500 students. So I graduated with like 14 people.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
Do you know what I mean? Like you couldn't get lost in the shuffle. You had special attention. If there's a problem at home, it would take no time for the teachers to know. It was
okay.
like, like you know what I mean? Like well more attention.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. Prince Charles School, right around the corner here, man. We grew up grade 1 to grade 9. Okay. And McNabb family, my family.
Well, I'm talking. You probably went to a ghetto school where
Right, we did,
there's
but-
so many that they didn't give a fuck about.
But
you.
I'll say this though. The McNabb family was well known because my dad was a tough fucking dude. He was a biker from Ontario.
Yeah.
So he'd come down here and would take no shit. So you fucked around.
So you're already in a family of troublemakers, according to the teachers.
exactly.
And I'm a teacher's son. I'm picturing you.
But what I'm saying is, my dad wasn't a dick though. He wouldn't come to the school and be a dick for no reason. You touch my sister, for example, my dad would come punch a teacher's face off.
Yeah.
You smack me, my dad would go, "What'd he do?" Okay, he did this. Okay, he was wrong. My dad would let it go.
Yeah.
No question. You deserved it, boy. I'll give you another one. That was what I grew up like.
Yeah.
Right? So Prince Charles was grade 1 to grade 9. We all knew everybody. Same community, South End community. And the McNabb family, because there's 6 boys, 2 girls. And we're all pretty close to each other in ages, man. So we're all in that school. Everyone knew us. So it wasn't that bad in that way. But you had to fight because no one defended you. Even teachers would be like, fucking hit them back. What are you letting those kids pick on you all day for? Because I can't fight. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what to do. Like
why were you getting bullied,
student.
Why were you getting bullied?
Because that's what it was.
Were you
like.
a nose picker?
No.
Were you like play dinky cars too late?
No, because everyone got bullied. Bro. It wasn't about me getting bullied. It was about
Everyone
got bullied. You were just beat up if you were a little kid.
Everyone got. See, I can't.
And I was a
picture that,
little
man.
kid.
Like,
But I'll say this. That's what I was saying earlier. I literally learned. I remember thinking, wow, didn't hurt that much. I can take that. And then when you punch that older kid in the face and he cries like a little bitch, all the older kids go, hey, he's a tough kid. And then all of a sudden you become somebody. And I'm not saying it meant that, but all of a sudden you realize it, and that makes something. You realize that, hey, I punched someone. These older kids like me now. You know what I mean? Like that was something back in the day, man. That was something. Going to recess yard. You didn't have to cry and run around the corner no more. You don't have to hide no more.
When
you were
you're
like, I'll fight. I can fight.
When you're kids, there's that bully that is a tough bully, except for he's not tough, and he's a
bully.
He can't throw a punch. Half the time he doesn't even throw a punch.
Yep.
But when he does, it's not the right punch.
My dad was teaching me Taekwondo.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this: you don't know you're being taught Taekwondo, and my dad would be like, "You can't use this.
Yeah.
You can't fight. You can't hurt nobody." Until the day you do it, then you go, "Oh, that works. That shit works."
When I was in I think I was in grade 9. I was in grade 9, and man, I was good at ball hockey. And there's a tournament for the school. Our team was out, so instead of me playing, I'm a spectator in the championship game. And the team that beat us, his goalie was Stefan. So I was like, Stephanie, the lady version of his name. The whole game, I was like, Stephanie, like, you know what I mean? Like, razz the whole game. To the point where, at the end of the game, this guy's 1 year older than me, my brother's age. At the end of the game, I got so riled up, he does a clear run from the nets once I'm down from the stadiums, runs from the nets, punches me right in the face. In front of teachers, like there's no it wasn't like I told on him and we went to the principal office.
It was obvious.
He did it in front of everyone because I was so riled up. I took that punch like a little sister. like a little sister hit me. Like boom. I was like, man, I was just it wasn't that, but I was just joking, dude. Didn't even hurt me.
You punched like a little kid.
Didn't even faze me. And then we're at the fucking principal, and the principal is like, my brother's best friend's dad is a principal, and I'm like, man, no, it didn't even hurt me. Everyone saw it. This guy punches like a little girl.
Don't even give him detention because he don't deserve it.
Yeah, pretty much. You're like, oh, we want to suspend. And this guy was a smart kid. a smart kid. Even his mom was a teacher. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, man, I don't even need
You're
him
in
to
a
be
group.
suspended. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You're
I
in
razzed him that hard. Like, I was razzing him hard, and you're like, you know what I mean? You can't blame the guy for fucking being upset. I razzed him hard, and he lost.
Maybe think of something. I used to play ball hockey. The last time I played hockey was all ball hockey, and we were in Moncton at a big tournament because they had like an arena sectioned off just for ball hockey. And funny story at the beginning of this is they had chicken wire. There was no glass, no plexiglass. It was all chicken wire.
Just to keep the ball in, pretty
Right,
much.
right.
Yeah.
But if you got pushed up against that, oh my fuck, man. It wasn't like barbed wire, but it was still wire, man.
Yeah, still.
You could get a good fucking rip, man, tear your shirt and everything, right?
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
But there's one tournament, we're playing the final team for the end of it, and one of the guys in the team had one arm. I'm not kidding. He had half an arm, but he had a little modified stick with his left arm. And the motherfucker was good.
Was it Justin Bond?
I don't have no idea what his name was, brother.
Man, because
no
I know a guy.
I am who I am. I'm a great hockey player. I know I can score everything, but I know what I'm there for.
Yeah.
So what do you think I do? I go. He scores like 2 goals, so I go and fucking give it to him. Like put him down, not to fighting him, but I'm just putting him down like intimidating, right? He stands up and wants to fight me. I'm not kidding, man. He wants to fight me with one arm and half an arm. He wants to fight me, and I'm like, I literally do this. I looked at my bench like, what? And he hits me. He gives me like a quick jab.
With what?
With his good arm.
With his good arm? He didn't nub you?
And I'm not even looking at him. I'm not even looking at him when he does it. I'm not kidding. I'm looking at my bench going, what do I do? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and I feel like...
It's like, can I? May I?
I get this. I get like the... Whoop. I'm like, really, dude? So I grabbed him by his stump, man.
Yeah.
I did. I grabbed him by his stump, and I spun him around and held his stump, and I yanked him like that. I'm done, off his feet. I'm like that with his stump. And the arena, not my bench, the arena started going, oh, fucking cheering for me. I'm like, what is wrong with you fucking motherfuckers?
This was probably in the 80s, 90s. Like now.
90s.
Like nowadays.
They were cheering for me. They were cheering for me. And that's what I'm saying. Even back then, I thought that was weird. I was like, what the? Because I didn't mean it like that. It's hard to say that, but I didn't really mean it.
Well, if you took a couple from a nubby, you can give a couple back.
Right. I took a shot, so I was like, I grabbed him. The first thing I did, grab his nubby. I pulled him over and I grabbed him, and the place went. I'm not joking. They went nuts, like as if I was like the hero. The guy's got one arm, boys. What are you doing? I swear to fucking God, I remember going, what is wrong with you motherfuckers?
Yeah.
And they were cheering me on, and I let him go. And after the game went over, we ended up winning. And after the game went up to him and said, man, I'm really sorry.
Was he strong in the nub?
I'm telling you, I went like
this. Did he fight it back?
I said, oh yeah, he was trying to spin me. He was trying to spin.
Out of the nub?
He was trying to do you ever been in an ice hockey fight? On skates? It's a spin fight.
I've never been in a hockey fight. No.
You get the spin. It's pretty good. Unless, you got a hard punch, it hurts. You guys hug.
No,
but
I didn't play hockey that
deep.
You got to spin.
Okay, so he tried. So I knew right away he played ice hockey because he tried to do that. He tried to spin. Can't get me away from it. Right? Anyway, I just thought that was hilarious. One of the hilarious moments of my career fighting and stupid shit I've done. It was one of the funniest, coolest. But after the game, though, he did come up to me and goes, "Good game." I went, "Sorry about that." He goes, "Oh, that's cool, man."
Yeah.
Didn't give a shit.
I tried to date a crippled lady. I didn't know she was crippled.
What? How do you not know?
I just didn't. We were. This is
funny. What funny?
This was like back in the time at the AQ. Like
fucking remember that old place.
So, anyways, fucking drinking. This girl, right? I make eye contact with her, and back then,
like this.
No, she was standing up, like she was upright. No, she was upright. So
I'm sorry.
So, anyways, fucking back then, to pick up a girl when you're fucking young, 19, and handsome, like you know what I mean,
young, dumb, and full of cum.
You'd go out on a dance floor and just pick out, like you know what I mean. Technically, like me back then, young, dumb, and handsome.
Young, dumb, and full of cum.
I could go to the dance floor and almost like I would be like, okay, dance. She's not into it. This one, this, and I'm making sure I'm gonna get one that's gonna fuck. You know what I mean? So, anyways, this one, right? I make eye contact with her once I get there, and then I'm like, dancing with her. I think I even slow dance and stuff like that.
Was that your slow dance?
No, that was like I was like doing even dance music stuff. You know what I mean?
All right.
And then we slow dance and stuff like that. And then I leave. I get her number and I leave the dance floor, and I go to my friend that was there. She's like, "Oh man, Gomer, like I got her number." And he looks at me. He's like, "Man, she's kind of fucked up." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, she's kind of fucked up." Anyway, so I ended up meeting up with her and stuff like that. And yeah, she was like bonk gonch, like you know what I mean, like a super lean, like a chicken wing leg, just like gunk gunk, like you know what I mean. And she showed up to the date, and I was like, damn. Damn.
And this was before Tinder.
Yeah, this is how you like. And I didn't know, like the whole time I was dancing with her, I was like, she was leaning with the rhythm, but no, that's just because she couldn't walk right. Like you know what I mean, her dance move involved her crippled leg, so I couldn't even tell on dance because I was too busy looking right into her eyes. Like you know what I mean, looking into her eyes, like touching her butt. I wasn't like
a gentleman.
I wasn't seeing like the chicken wing leg, and she was like bopping to the movement, to the rhythm, right?
Listening to Wham, right?
Yeah, but then when I picked her up, she walked to the car, and I was like, God damn, why is she dancing to the car?
You took way too long to get there.
No, but that's 100% true story. That's 100% true story, yeah. And then you know what happened? I was like, man, goddamn, like she's such a personality and a beautiful face, and she didn't want me.
A great leg.
She didn't want me. Like she let me down. Like she was like, you know what? You're too much of a party animal for me. I'm more wholesome than you, like pretty much.
I'm not a whore.
She thought I was.
That's what I meant.
And like I partied hard.
It's like Ronnie back in the day, man. Mid '80s. I'm a kid. And Ronnie, my older brother. There's these deaf chicks, and I mean deaf chicks. There's like 6 of them. That just I don't know where they come from. I don't know how to explain it. But all of a sudden, there's these deaf chicks at parties all the time, '80s parties.
What do you mean deaf? Why are you pluralizing it?
Because they were deaf. Because they were deaf, and that's what they were.
Like a group of deaf girls hung out, like
100%. Exact. Ask Paul Frost, man.
Like a team of deaf girls.
Paul Frost dated one of them for like 3 years. I'm not kidding. But Ronnie was. You wouldn't believe this, but Ronnie was the trash king back in the day, man. He was the '80s guy with the spandex pants, with the hair. He had the fucking hair, and all the chicks loved him. So these deaf chicks would go. Okay. He'd go to parties with them. And that's what they were like. They'd be like, making, their noises and their sign language and shit.
I love their noises, by the way.
But Ronnie,
I love their noises, by the way.
Ronnie would literally pretend he knew what they were saying. And people believed him. I believed him.
Like he's like pretend translating.
He was the dude that was translating with them, and they play with, right? But one of them was, she was a beautiful girl. I remember the older girl was a beautiful girl. But Ronnie always told the story like she just lay there like a dead fish.
Oh, look at that fish fuck. Yeah, I've come across a couple of those.
Make her noises and stuff. And Ronnie be like, I couldn't do it anymore. Like, one time, Rich, you'd never do it again. Like, it was unbelievable. I don't know why I thought of that, but anyway. There was like, all of a sudden, it was the Deaf Chick Bossy.
I almost think like...
Hey, that's a good song, Deaf Chick Bossy.
One time, like, when you're like on Pornhub a lot?
No, what is Pornhub?
Pornhub is like this like website, and you're like, oh, what's new? It's not like you're hitting categories. It's not like you're searching for shit, but you'll like you've been there, you've done it, you finished it. So you're like, what's new?
Pornhub's calling you up.
What's new? Page 1. What's new? Page 2. Yeah, let's check this out. What's new? Page 4.
Michael Jackson's still alive.
So one time it was a deaf girl getting fucked. on Pornhub. And what you know what I did after watching that? I tried to find more of them, because man, that was enchanting.
Like a mermaid enchanting?
Like a mermaid, exactly like a mermaid. Like, dude, like I remember watching this movie as a kid. It was like La Belle et la Baleine, and it was like this kid that loved a whale, and it was enchanting, and like it's almost like whale sounds, almost like a deaf girl, like during fucking. It's like.
You know the movie Children of a Lesser God? You ever heard the movie Children of a Lesser God? Any of you heard of the movie Children of a Lesser God? It's a movie that's a big movie. It's a
I think I heard about it.
The movie was made here in St. John, New Brunswick.
Was it? Okay, no.
Children of a Lesser God. Okay, there was a deaf chick in the movie. She's been on Seinfeld and everything. This chick, good actress.
Oh, that
okay?
one.
That chick that was doing Seinfeld. She was here. Yeah. So when they made the movie here in St. John, it was my high school, vocational high school, and they didn't even shut down the school during filming. Yeah, you listen to me?
Yeah.
We went to the pool. Her tits were out. She was in the pool, like
a deaf girl with pools, the tits out,
right? And they shut the filming down because me and my two buddies, Jason Scott and Kevin Legault, I think, they stopped filming because we walked in on it. Honest to God, for that movie, and they was like, "Yeah, you get out of here." Think about what I'm saying.
At the Aquatic Center?
No, vocational high school. It's called High Review now.
You guys have a pool there?
Yeah, there used to be. But there's still a pool there. I'm sure. Yeah, it's still a high school, man. It's called High Review now.
I know the school, but where's the pool?
There's a pool right in the school, man.
There's a pool in the school?
Fuck yeah. There was a shop class and everything back in the day when we actually learned shit.
Never heard tale of a pool in the school.
There's still a pool in that school right now. It's one of the oldest schools in this city ever.
That has a pool. It's an old school that has a pool.
Old school pool, man.
School.
School pool?
School.
Yeah.
Is it school? It's a pool.
We're going to keep saying school pool. You know, we're going to do it.
So then you guys were filming because you had your tits out. She's like,
shut it down.
There's kids around.
Think about it. Think about this. We walked in. We knew where the pool was. We walked in because we knew the.
You went sneaking to look around.
Think about this. They didn't shut the school down. They had a film crew there from like L.A., man.
Film crew, yeah.
Right? Fuck you, Ron. Spud. There's a spud on the roof, right? Anyway,
film crew.
They didn't shut her down. So we walked in on them taping the shit. And they stopped it, turned the lights on, and said, "You kids can't be in here.
Taping tits out. Kids can't be in here."
This is literally during school hours. We're cuffing class to go check out what they're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't do that now. You would not see somebody put a fucking crew in the school anywhere else during school hours and say, "Don't tell the kids," because that's literally what happened. That is exactly what happened.
Okay?
We were the brave kids that walked in on them doing this.
Okay, the movie California, Brad Pitt and a girl.
That was a great movie, actually.
Who's that girl?
I don't remember who. Oh, Louise. What's her name there?
Louise.
She comes with what's his name? Fucking the psycho killer people. God damn it.
It should be there. I was thinking about it. Then to say it.
No, it's not Julia
Lewis.
That's Seinfeld. What's her name?
Lewis. Juliette Lewis.
Maybe that's it.
I think Juliette Lewis.
Yeah.
Anyways,
the serial killer movie.
They were filming something in St. John, and we have a theater at our school. And the doors were locked. You couldn't get in.
Yeah.
But there's a big crack. And during like lunchtime, we got rented out our theater to do the practicing for filming. She was Juliette Lewis.
Oh, yeah?
She was filming, yeah.
I never heard of that.
So I saw her through the crack of a door one time. You know what I mean? I smelt her.
Yeah, that was in your...
Have you seen any floaters in the river lately? But it doesn't mean they weren't there. Like people like, man, by purpose. Same here. Yeah, I just don't spend a lot of time in my backyard lately, so I don't get to see the floaters. But I'm sure they're still there. Like people like jump off the bridge That happens so much that they put signs up.
You know, when I was a kid, man, Versa Wells Bridge.
Yeah.
Me and a buddy of mine, Anthony Logan. There used to be an actual ladder that went under that bridge for maintenance.
Yeah.
There was no railings on it.
I heard tale of this.
And we literally did go across that one time, man. And it was one of the scariest things I've ever done, in my life. Because I walked across the railings on the bridge one time. I was always that daredevil kid. I skydived when I was 16, man.
You
ever see the meme on Facebook? It says, "Where's the first place you went to in the plane?"
Yeah.
Mine's always up 10,000 feet and jumped out.
Yeah.
I was 16. My brother took me skydiving there. So that's the first plane trip I ever took.
That's crazy. I've never been on a plane yet. I banged a one-legged girl once. Her body weight was off, so with each thrust, we would get closer to the edge of the bed. We almost fell off a few times. So she couldn't grip the other side. So she's like, cha 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 cha, cha 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 cha.
Go the other way. Go the other way.
Cha 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 cha. That's funny as fuck. Did you ever bang an anonymous chick in a bar or a club bathroom? Yes. I would say that. Bang. Well, bang.
You know what, man? I was so disappointed. I went to Vegas.
I think it was I think one time it wasn't a finish, and I've had a BJ one time.
My woman wouldn't fuck on the plane, and back then I was long enough ago that it wasn't that big a deal. I don't think, but she was terrified and she wouldn't. I never got to do that, and I really wanted to, man. I was so
the Mile High.
Yeah, I really wanted to. Yeah.
That's what I mean. I think the only way I'm gonna excrete is with handle or job myself. You know what I mean?
Hey, make a puppet hand. It counts. It counts.
Yeah,
I love you.
Put on lipstick and everything. Get the old lipstick ring around the collar.
So long for you.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm Kermit the Frog.
one time, hard time, quick time.
Yeah, no, you got to totally do it.
Airplane. In the airplane.
Elmo says, "Put it in my mouth." Come on.
You're going Jim Henson.
You know it's more than just me thinking of that.
Yeah, go Grover. Today I'm going to
suck a cock.
Yeah. Hand job in airplane. Johnny, I told my mom about LA and she said I'm dumb and shut me down.
Well, that's what moms do.
No, there's this group trip in LA and it was a big meetup for a bunch of these guys. And Legendary said his mom couldn't go. His mom didn't let him go. Johnny says, I bet your mom's cool. Yes, Children of a Lesser God.
Yep.
Marley Mayton.
Thank you.
The deaf chick.
Thank you.
She's kind of cool, but she told me no because she doesn't want me to drive there. Juliette Lewis, I was right. She was in Natural Born Killers in California.
That's it, Natural Born Killers. That's the movie I was trying to think of.
Will I ever come to Vegas?
I've been to Vegas once in my life, and I really want to go back.
Man, Vegas is
I was a young dude when I went there, though. It was a blast.
Vegas would be on my bucket list.
I met a bunch of military guys. It wasn't like a hangover movie or nothing, but we had a great time. I ended up in the Tropicana with 2 levels, man, and they had their hot tub was full of booze. And I met a couple of Canadian dudes that were.
The way I party, I'd love to go to Vegas. You know what I mean?
It was cool though, man. Every aspect of it was cool.
My wife would let me and Fer go to Vegas. You know what I mean? For a weekend or for a trip or something like that.
Was there for 8
Even
days.
if we get a sitter, me, the wife, Ferg, and his girlfriend at the time, or a couple other buddies, just go to Vegas. It'd be fun. You know what I mean? I would go to Vegas before New Jersey. LA Beach is one person. Vegas is a whole fucking.
Oh yeah, unreal, man.
It's a whole different world.
Exactly what I told my dad. My dad's a
whole different fucking world.
My dad's an old school Scottish guy, and he's anti-American all his life. And I told him, I said, Dad, you got to go to Vegas. It's not America. It's another world.
It's another world.
It's
Like
a
you know what I mean?
whole
Like,
another fucking world, man. It was crazy. I won $3,500 one night, drunk as shit at a blackjack table. Because I
I'm
was like,
great at blackjack too,
I was,
by the way.
I wasn't.
I'm great at blackjack.
I
too,
got
by the
lucky
way.
because the guy beside me. Here's a funny story, actually. I sit at the table. My name's Richard, St. John, New Brunswick. I sit at the table that everyone says their names. Guy across from me says, oh, that's funny. My name's Richard as well. And I'm from St. John, New Brunswick. Going, yeah, fuck you, bud. I thought he was joking. He goes, no, but I'm from Milledgeville. I'm like, what? He goes, no, seriously. He explains his address. I'm like, that's fucked up. That's a weird thing to start the game, right? And then I win like $3,500 on a $200 bet. I got $200 at the table. I win $3,500. He wins like $4,000. So we're both winning. So we go drink together. And honest to God,
St. Johners.
I literally had like no money left when I went back to my hotel room.
Well, you partied away your winnings?
As soon as I won it, I went and got drunk and partied it off.
That tells
Not
a big
even
story. That tells a big story if you can party off.
Man, it was
Party off $3,400
easily in
party
a couple hours.
Off.
That's drinking and gambling like an idiot, with no woman to protect me because that's me.
I think
I need a woman to like tell me to stop.
It almost sounds like there's a performance enhancing drugs that cost
there might have been. There might have been no hookers though.
There's a drug that costs.
I said no to hookers. I did. That was a big thing for me. I'm like, nope, I'm not paying for that.
I want enough to pay, but boys,
I'm not doing it.
It's not going to happen
No
tonight.
way.
So we're gonna.
I went skydiving with a bunch of Canadian military guys though. I was telling you the Tropicana. We go and party at this hotel and we went skydiving, man. It was the coolest things. I never did that in the nighttime before. It was cool.
You skydived in the nighttime?
In Vegas, yes.
In Vegas?
I did.
That sounds ridiculous.
It was awesome. It was amazing. I partly remember some of it because I was shit faced. You know, I had a brother of mine, honest to God, St. John, New Brunswick. Well, no, Moncton. They were on acid and went skydiving one time.
Another thing
That's
you
fucked up.
Another thing you can do cool in Vegas. A guy I know went and did it. A Canadian guy that no gun rights here in Canada, but he goes to the USA.
I shot guns there.
You go to Vegas.
I have a video of that.
You can shoot like all kinds of guns. You can pick your guns.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
hear the saw?
Boop, 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 boop.
The saw? It's like a Gatling gun. I'm shooting.
It has the row of clips is like fucking belt fed.
It has a belt, right? We're in it's an open area. Like the end of the range is big for this kind of stuff. And I'm doing that. And honest as shit, man. Honest as shit. There's a fucking 10-year-old girl right beside, like pretty close to me, doing this with her father, waiting for me to be done. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like having a great time till I'm like, look, this is a little cute. There's a kid beside me kind of thing.
Anyone can come in.
Finish my belt. Get done. He goes, okay, honey. She has a little pink fucking 9mm. Honest to God. Gets up on a fucking milk crate and like nothing.
But she had a target and she
did this. She went put him out. Put him out. Just like that. Honest to God. And her father said she was 10 years old.
That's the Jason Bourne.
No question. And
that's the Jason Bourne.
And I'm looking at her like, oh my fucking God, man.
That's a Jason Bourne.
It's amazing, but creepy as fuck too. Like it's weird, but anyway, it was awesome. And then we went to that range like 3 times because they were like, let us go there, sign up, boom, boom. You know how to shoot, right? Yeah, here you go. That's where you ever see my profile picture used to be like the gun. I'm shooting an old Smith & Wesson 500 .50. Smith & Wesson, like dirty hairy gun, the big old like the big flame. Yeah. That's where I was shooting at. We go back every day to shoot that again.
How bad was that on the wrist?
Punch me in the face. No, wrist nothing. It felt like a punch in the face every time we shot. Every bullet went boom, percussion would hit you in the face.
Oh yeah, and the blowback.
I had all the fucking residue on my shirts. It would like burn little holes in your shirt. It was powerful, man. No, if you lock your arms properly, if you're shooting properly, that don't bother you. That's not bad. Okay. It's when you don't lock your elbows, right? You'll get blowback.
Because fucking, you see the videos of the girls or the guys that are so smack.
They don't know how to shoot though. I don't know how to shoot. I've been shooting a long time, but the thing was, honest to God, every fucking gun, every shot, punch in the face. It felt like concussion right in your face.
I've shot a lot. I've never shot anything real strong. Like, you know
that was the most powerful blowback I've ever felt. Yeah. I used to have a 357. It was pretty powerful too. I sold all my old illegal guns.
Yeah.
I get rid of those.
No, I have a lot of them, but they're not powerful like 22s, 410s. Like, you know what I mean? Like shit like that.
Yeah.
Like partridge guns, like
Like
hunting. Hunting partridge guns. Like
I had an AK-47, Chinese made, not Russian.
I don't even have anything to drop a deer. I honestly, I don't have anything that could drop a deer.
You'd have to put multiple bullets and waste the meat.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do have.
Okay, we can take some leg meat.
I do have one of those. I do have like
some leg meat.
I was like, I cut him in half right now. I just cut him in half.
He's not even dead. God damn it, stab him.
I got this big old crazy banana clip too. That's crazy.
Oh, you see that? I showed you that gun earlier. The gun buddy of mine has.
No, I have one.
I know, but you made me think of this. I have a buddy of mine has the old Mossbergs.
Yeah, that's
and the banana clip.
Yeah,
he's got like 8 of them. Well, it's $400 a piece.
That's what I have. Mossberg 705T or whatever.
Oh yeah, this
mine looks more like a video game gun with the rails on every
Mossberg
side.
Blaze is what it's called. It literally says Mossberg Blaze right on it.
No, mine's got.
I never heard of it.
The mounting rails. I can put lasers and scopes. And like all on the.
Look real fancy. Still not gonna hurt much.
And the back stub is adjustable, so it's like.
Oh, because he said he has a modified stock. It's not the gun itself, but you have to modify it yourself.
Yeah.
But there is a modified stock for it or something.
No, I got that one that goes like thunks. You know what I mean? And I got a laser sight.
Oh yeah? Wow. Fancy.
I'm playing video games.
Might not be able to kill no one with it, but it look cool.
Yeah. It'd be like ouch. It'd be like ouch.
God damn it, looks cool.
Have there been any Sasquatch sightings in St. John?
Nope, Ferg's been home for a while.
Just that drawing in the bathroom.
Yeah, Ferg's been home for a while.
No, he's been getting haircuts. Like he's been looking sharp. Looking sharp. You know what I mean? But yeah, he was looking Sasquatch there.
Well,
for a while, man.
You've got the size, man.
Yeah.
You give him the hair, he looks like Sasquatch. I mean, that's a compliment.
Lose him in the woods for a couple years.
You might shoot him.
Yeah.
God damn, is that you, Ferg?
Yeah. Have there been any recent UFO sightings in St. John? Well, I said I saw one. I did mention one time I saw one. True story.
Yeah.
I used to work
some
nights.
Weird shit going on.
I used to work nights at the group home, right? Overnights for like what, a year, 2 years. And man, I would have smoke breaks outside at anywhere between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. So 4 o'clock in the morning, 5, 6, 3 o'clock in the morning. And man, I saw some shit in the sky one time that was like unexplainable.
I don't mind that because me and my daughter, she's a little kid. First time I ever let her stay in Canterbury with the family, my wife's family. That kind of dad, like I don't want to run the redneck motherfuckers up there. So I finally let her stay. At 3 a.m, get a call. I go get her. I don't give a fuck. That's 2-hour drive. I'm driving 2 hours to go get her because I don't give a fuck. I'm going to get her. So I go get there. On the way home, we're going through like Gary Woods.
Okay.
And there's lights just come out of the trees.
Gary Woods. Okay.
Come out of the trees like this. Silent as fuck.
Bright.
Bunch of this multicolored lights.
Not four-wheeler. Not a four-wheeler.
Oh no, it's way up there. Comes up, go past it, and we're both going like looking in the mirror, going, "What the fuck was that?" No big deal. But 15 minutes later,
I'm not.
Same thing happens again.
From the woods.
Just comes out over the trees and stops.
But in the woods, never crest the woods.
No, you come over the road, right? We're driving through in this road.
Coming from the woods or above the woods?
From the woods. We're on the road.
Okay, see right? Okay, I already know what it is. It's not a UFO.
I'm not saying it is, but
it's an identified object. I can tell you what it is.
What is it then? And no sound.
Picture this.
And it came out and hovered, and we went by. I was going to finish my story here.
It's coming out of the woods. Couldn't it be like a rhino, the side by sides with the roll cage? Couldn't it be like a set of pointed lights pointed upwards, like mispointed lights,
No.
and they're just in the woods? Because it never left the woods, right?
No. Yes. No. It come right over us on top of the road, man.
Above the woods?
Yes.
Well, you said it never left the woods, so if it comes,
No,
yeah.
you said that. I said yes.
Well, I asked.
I said above.
I asked.
This is the woods.
Asked.
This is the woods right here.
I asked.
They come out and stopped above us.
Just a light.
We keep going. No, a big bunch of lights like this. An object came above the woods like this.
Like a giant spotlight.
No idea. No, multiple lights. Not one light.
Okay.
Not an arm.
Jesus.
Something
Christ.
came out of the woods.
Is that Jason Bourne?
So the second time we go by it,
yeah,
I pulled over. It didn't leave. It stayed there behind us. That's what to finish my story. That's what the fucking crazy part
So
was.
instead of you keeping driving, now
We
this
drove,
is out
it
your
went away.
attention. So
Looking in the
then
mirror,
you're
it went
driving,
away.
then you're
We
like,
stopped
it's got
the
your
second
attention.
time, about 15 minutes later. The second
Yeah.
time we pull over because my daughter was freaking out, and I was honestly interested. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Because there is a military base in Gagetown. We're away from that, but still, it's close.
Yeah.
And it come out the second time and just sat there, and it was like multiple lights. And it was, I say this, it wasn't spinning. It was lights though, just like bright. And we just pulled over, and it just sat there.
And it had no sound coming from it.
Nothing. There was no sound. Oh, because I started to get a little freaked out. It didn't come at it, didn't move, it just sat there. So I drove away, and about, cresting the hill, getting out of the way, and not, like washing it in the mirror, just all of a sudden went, whoop, gone. It just did. It just went away. Not like that though. I won't say that. It wasn't like the videos of it going zip like a UFO movies, but it just went away. It just got out of our view. Like you could physically see it leave.
Yeah, but it didn't like.
It didn't go like that,
yeah.
but it just went. It just left. But it was a freaky moment, and by no means did I ever tell anyone this is a UFO story. But it kind of was weird. It was weird. It was different.
It's a UFO to you, unidentified to you.
No idea what it was. It happened twice within 15, 20 minutes tops.
Yours is
literally happened.
I just saw something up in the sky that wasn't a star, dude, like a zip zap zip zip. But like it was down to Earth. Like
it was just
if it was a UFO, like you're saying, it was on Earth.
So,
it was a visiting Earth.
So to me, it was probably most likely in my theory of my family. We talked about it. It was definitely Sasquatch.
It is good,
but it was definitely a military thing. Maybe I don't know. It wasn't couldn't be a helicopter, but it was weird though. It was a weird thing. It was weird.
I'm thinking, okay, worst case, like best case scenario, most explainable thing that it does the movement that you did, like a drone.
Yeah,
but a drone would make sound though. Even
exactly. In the first time, we literally drove under it.
Even today's drone,
the second time,
make that. Zzz.
The second time it was more like we were ahead of it, but the first time, man, it came out. We drove under it, and there was no sound. There was nothing. It was just lights above us, for real. And it was weird. And it was big. It was big enough that like it's 2-lane road going through there.
Went up the whole road,
and it was above the road. Yeah, it was definitely above the whole road.
Did you do one of these and look to see? Is there any other cars that are? Is anyone else seeing this?
There was no other cars on the road for sure. But we literally slowed down the first time with like looking in the mirrors, going, "What? What's going on, hon? Like you see this too, right?
Okay.
Hon? You see this too, right?" Like me to my daughter going, "You see this, right?"
From an alien point of view, you know what I thought they were wanting to do? You're the only car on the road, right? They're wanting to abduct you, and then they had second thoughts. They're like, nah, maybe not this one. Maybe not this one.
He's
maybe
going to
not
fight.
This one.
He's going to fight.
This one's a gabagool.
Yeah, gabagool. What the fuck? Who picked this fucking car? The motherfuckers. Fuck you.
Yeah. Check the list again.
And then the second time it's like, I fucking told you, it's the same car, motherfucker.
Yeah. He circled back around. He circled back around.
Oh my God. I hope somewhere along the world that there is that alien going, you remember the time? Remember the time we get the same guy? We're like, yeah, no, we ain't doing that.
The deal wasn't right. Remember the deal wasn't right?
Wasn't right. Yeah. He's been in jail before.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna feel a thing.
Sensors detect there's something wrong with this one. Abort. Sensors detect.
Then the second time, buddy instantly got fired.
Yeah. You pick this one? Yeah, Bug Lord. Zapparoonies. He died for you to live.
Yeah.
He died for you to live.
Cheers, Steve. Cheers, Steve.
Yeah.
You know, an Irish bastard.
Yeah. I almost think a Sister Act song would be right in order right now.
What's that?
Ain't no river low enough to get me from you, God / aliens. Because man, a lot of like old like history is like, you know what they perceive as gods? Some aliens could have done.
Yeah, Anunnaki.
Yeah, teriyaki also.
Anunnaki.
And the teriyaki.
Yo, Sumerian transcripts.
Is that like the
Sumerian?
Is that like the older than the? Is that the oldest in the Bible? Blah,
Yeah.
blah, the original.
Before the Bible,
Bible,
there was literally a flood story and a Noah story in the Sumerian writings.
Some of the government agents have been talking about aliens and being true fact.
Why? You see the TikTok video? Not TikTok, sorry, TikTok. Not TikTok, TikTok. Well, what it is some Navy jets came across something that was in the sky, and they said it looked like a Tic Tac. And there's literally video footage of that.
Yeah, and
no, God only knows what's going on.
I've seen a video where a guy described. He even said there's 4 different types of aliens. They've been down a few times. It's like the head of defense or whatever. But like you're saying, in the old scripture, like you're just saying.
Yeah, that's like.
They describe alien acts.
That's 3,000 years before the Bible was written. The Anunnaki, the Sumerian scriptures, the writings on the stones and stuff. That's 3,000 years before Jesus Christ was supposedly existing.
And even after Jesus Christ and stuff like that, like the one that's famous religious painting is like, wow, like this and that. There's an angel coming down, and then up in the corner, if you look, there's a fucking like. Up in the corner, up in the clouds, there's a flying saucer
with the one with the light coming off it.
A little bit of a light in the circle, almost looks like a fucking.
Yeah, and there's no explanation for that.
Yeah, why would they? Why would like fucking Leonardo the fucking Caprio put a fucking space saucer? Jason Bourne put a fucking space saucer in the middle of a fucking religious like cherub, like, and that's the world touching the guy and like big moment.
Can't touch the guy now though, right? So you can't touch
big moment.
Can't touch guys now. What are you doing, man?
Oh, you can't touch guys. That's assault.
Jesus
that's
Christ.
Assault, brother.
It's just pepper.
That's assault. Oh man, that's a seasoned joke. That's a seasoned joke. Spicy even.
Turkey.
Why are pit bulls banned? They're not banned here.
Not here.
You can have whatever fucking dog you want.
Pit bulls are great dogs.
Great dogs. Great dogs. They can be kind-hearted.
I strangled one.
Or they could be
not to death, but I had to strangle them.
Aggressive as fuck.
Make them stop.
I had the world's best dog that turned aggressive.
Yeah, fuck man.
No, but for the right reasons. I gave her treats every time she did it.
I had a husky boxer that was hard to deal with, man.
No. It wasn't hard to deal with. It was the perfect dog to deal with, but I would free leash her in the backyard. And man, when a stranger was in the yard when she was there, she would like fucking try to rip their fucking throats out. But guess what? They're strangers. Like she took away a couple like fucking terrorists, backyard terrorists. Like
good point. Yeah, you're
the
not
dog scared away.
You're not supposed to be here.
The dog scared away a couple, and like beautiful with my kids, beautiful dog, the gentlest of dogs. But man, when push comes to shove, when there's a person that shouldn't have been in my yard, the dog fucking tried to rip their throats out, and that happened like 3 times in life. But and every time I gave the dog treats afterwards, I'm like, you're the best dog in the world. Like here's some treats. You want me to cook you something?
If nothing else, she's letting you know there's someone in your yard. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's good.
It didn't feel right.
That's her job. Really,
it didn't feel right for her.
That's instinct.
But if we're buddies, you met her. If you met my dog even once, you could walk in my yard while she's out there.
Right, but
she wouldn't even bark.
But even if she did, it's a different bark.
She wouldn't even bark.
It's a different bark though.
She was a quiet dog.
Put him on Al Sealy. old backyard mechanic guy, older guy. We go to his house. When I have my Camaro, we go there and learn how to deal with our car. Take it out, show off our car, and he'd be like, "Yeah, you don't know what you're doing." Anyway, one time we go there,
like a community garage,
right? Kind of guy, right? So we go there one time, and he has this King Shepherd. Okay, it's a police dog.
Big old German Shepherd.
So it's a retired dog they give him. It's a retired dog that's been a police dog for years. We get there.
Trained to kill.
Black dude shows up one day, random guy, one of his friends. I don't know the guy.
I don't see color. I don't see color.
No, but the dog did. The dog went. The dog went insane. Albert didn't know this either. He didn't know, man. He didn't know that this was going to be a mental issue with this dog. So this first time it happened, though, it's like he didn't know. He was a stranger, right? Blah blah blah. Hey, buddy, get back in your car. He yells at the guy. The guy gets back in his car, deals with the dog. Blah blah blah. So a couple more times, Al was telling me, because I wasn't there the next couple times, he's like, I think my dog's racist, Rich. He goes, oh my fuck, every time white guys,
no problem.
Asian guy.
Hey, what up, dog?
Asian
what up,
guys.
brother?
Everybody shows up here, no problem. Everyone, he was fixing Honda Civics, everything, right? So Asian guys. Anyway, but whenever
Preludes,
Hondas, at least 3 more times before he had to get rid of the dog. Black guys would show up and he would attack them. Full tilt, like, I want to kill you attack. Because this is a retired police dog. It was called a King Shepherd.
Oh, man, yeah.
It had a mane on like a lion, man. I'm not joking. It had a fucking full mane on this thing, man. It was a brutal looking dog. It was a brutal dog.
What year
we
was
had
this?
to get rid of it.
What year was this?
Fuck, man. I would say mid-90s.
And you know what happened in the mid-90s? 90% of whatever German Shepherd would fucking want to, like, it happens to, like, the coincidentally happens that they have drugs on them, if it's a drug dog or like another.
He didn't get to finish the sentence.
I know.
You motherfucker.
What? Where are we at here?
He said this, not me.
Was the movie Ghost based on a true story?
I think so.
I've never been ghost fucked.
I think so. I believe so.
I played craps at a table next to Paris Hilton once.
Wow.
And Johnny Azul's in San Francisco, and he's rubbed shoulders with a few like cool celebs.
That's pretty cool.
Man, he got me.
I bet.
He got me a Ron Jeremy signed. That's
cool.
Motley Crue.
Motley
No,
Crue?
a 9 Inch Nails. 9 Inch Nails ticket stub.
Oh yeah, that's
signed by Ron Jeremy.
I met some pretty cool rock stars in my life. I met some pretty cool celebrities, but that's kind of cool.
Fucking Ron Jeremy. The dick of dicks. Is it true Canadian girls don't have to shave their armpits? I don't know if in the USA 100% of the girls do out there, but out here, like, not all that same amount of percentage of them do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you might come across a hairy armpit. Pitbull's banned in New Brunswick. No, they're not. Pitbulls are fine. Like, we can have all dogs, man. Like, one of my buddies, he had, like, I think the biggest dog available. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this thing was going to be as big, like, as tall as a Great Dane, but as thick as a Rottweiler. Big dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can get any dogs out here. Pit bulls are banned because they have, like, probably just a bad reputation. And that's sad to say, because you know what? In some places, like, more than pit bulls are banned, but in some places, like, you can't have a pit bull or a Rottweiler and bull master, like, and to me, it's like, because they have a bad reputation to be aggressive, you know why? Because a bull mastiff, a Rottweiler, a Doberman, all those top cool dogs, you know who has them? You know who the percentage of the owners that have them are civilians, 50%, and the other 50% are criminals. Boom. Let's give that off the hop. Rottweiler owners are 50% civilians, cool, law-abiding citizens, and the other 50% is criminal. The other 50% is criminals. So out of those criminals, man, I've met some cool ass fucking criminals. About half of them. They're cool ass fucking down to earth. Some of the best people you could ever meet. Kind hearted fucking criminals. And they would raise a dog right to be a loving dog. And the other criminals I know, the other half of those criminals are like fucking assholes, this and that would probably train a dog to fucking attack and just be mean to their dog. And you pissed on the ground, let me punch you a couple times, dog. Blah, 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 blah. So here we are, right off the hop. This breed of dog that has no chance in life, this Rottweiler, this Doberman, this Pit Bull, this and that, there's a very 25% chance of this dog attacking someone compared to a Labrador. Like, you know what I mean? And that's what I mean. That's where they get
treated pit bulls really badly. I know some guys that did some shitty.
That's what I mean. The worst people in the world don't own Chihuahuas. They own Rottweilers, Pit Bulls,
because they want
Dobermans. Protection, the cool factor, the protection, the cool factor.
I grew up with that shit, man. I never owned a pit bull. And in early days of my life, because I didn't need protection, I was protection. I feel comfortable about that, but I know everyone that owned one back then. Bad people, not good people, because pit bulls are good dogs.
I had a Doberman out of love that I fucking saved from the SPCA.
Exactly. And I know plenty of people that have pit bulls out of love, but the people I grew up around had pit bulls for protection.
Out of work.
Because they were cowards.
They put them to work. Yes,
they were cowards. They needed it because they were cowards.
And that's what I mean. That's why those dogs have a bad rep. Mm-hmm. Because those are the dogs that a criminal would use.
Right. Exactly.
It's not the dog. It's not the dog that's bad. It's a dog owner.
It's the cowards that own.
It's a dog owner. So it's horrible that they have a bad rap over the like. Because somebody was saying about pit bulls being banned. Was Ghostbusters based on a true story? Heck yeah, man! Didn't you see the movie? Why does everyone love stories about people shitting their pants?
Who are these people that love that?
I think everyone likes. Everyone
I don't want a good joke, but I don't know about a movie.
You know what it does, Richard? It shows a vulnerable moment.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Someone's like, okay, Richard.
A vulnerable moment that no one ever wants you to know about.
Richard, you punch bricks. You've like taken care of business. You've like broken up fights. You've kicked people that deserve to be kicked out. But I think if you let the people know that you shit your pants before, would really like humanize yourself. Like it almost like
but it would be like it would dehumanize me.
It would be like, oh no, you know what? He's normal, just like all of us. Like we've had that.
So that's a normal thing to do.
Well, do you ever have like that fart you shouldn't have trusted, or like that?
I've thrown out underwear before. I've thrown out underwear.
That cough that you farted and it came out, or something like that.
I've thrown out underwear before.
So there
I've been camping naked because I had no underwear.
So it happened. So tell us about it.
Nah, I can't do it.
Tell us about what the
there was a rooster involved.
Tell us about the time you had
a rooster and a cow. True story.
So it wasn't your own shit in the underwear?
No, apparently not.
But he fell in some cow shit, throws out his underwear.
Things happened in there. I've been around.
No, man,
stupid things.
I shit myself at work, and I washed it in the sink, secretly fucking dried it in a dryer, and then fucking put them back on by the end of my shift. But yeah,
that
is like a trust.
That alone deserves credit, though. The process you just said went through.
I 007'd a fucking shit in my pants at work.
That's badass, actually. Pardon the pun.
That's mud ass. That's mud ass. That's mud ass. Did you ever have to run from the cops? Yeah.
Wow.
I've ran a few times.
You or me?
I've ran a few times.
I've been tased, maced, shot at. Put my head through a window once. Cops. I woke up with my feet in the windshield of a car. Cop beat the shit right out of me.
I kicked down like a chip display, like a snack display at a convenience store because I walked in with a White Russian in a mug. And I was like grabbing a bag of chips, and the fucking young kid at the fucking counter was like, "Oh, you got liquor in there. I can't sell you these." I was like, "It's in a mug. The cash is out for the chips. Sell me the chips, and I'll be on my way."
Yeah.
Simple as that.
This is the end of our transaction.
This is that. So, anyways, fucking, he's like, "No, you have open liquor in the fucking thing." I was like, and I got upset because obviously I'm drunk.
Yeah.
This is like fucking.
This
is at the Irving Main way. This is not out of the corner store. This is like fucking.
This is where the cops.
2 a.m.
This is the cops hang out.
2 a.m. coming from a party from Morocco Courts. So anyways, I'm like, no, you're gonna sell this, and I'm getting upset. And he goes, I'm calling the cops. Calling the cops? Here's the money in the chips. Blah, blah. So anyways, I fucking lay the money down, take the chips. Is that theft? I don't know. But I kick a fucking chip rack over out of fucking like upsetness. Boom, kick the fucking chip rack over. And then I fucking get outside to my cab because I was going from there to there. I'm just picking up chips. I got money. I'm not poor. Like I'm paying top dollar for everything. Like I overpaid for those chips by leaving $5. Like that back in the day, like that should have been $3.50. Like, you know what I mean? So anyways, I jump in the cab, and the cab's like, "Okay, you're going okay." Starts rolling around. He's like, "So you're gonna pay me right now for this?" I was like, "Okay, there you go." No, I just got one. And he's like, as soon as I paid him, he was like, pulls over, and he's like, "No, you're getting out right now. The cops are called. They're coming for you." Like, cops are called. So anyways, I have to get the buddy kicked me out of his cab after I paid him.
Okay. Take a beer from me, bro?
Yeah, take a beer. Take that bush. And then kicks me out of the cab. And then I'm up by the highway on the west side. There's big old trees. I stash my chips. I stash my chips in the bushes. And then I sit there and like wait for the cops because I see them. Like, what am I gonna do? Outrun the cops? Anyways, they're pretty aggressive. Then I spent the night in jail, and next day I got my chips.
I fucking knocked the cop out cold one night at Crow's Place because of Ronnie. It was all Ronnie going on doing this shit, right? The cop grabbed him. I said, "Hey, you can't grab my brother."
Yeah.
And he did this. I swear to God, man, this is literally a cop. Let go of my brother and went like this to me. Put his fist up like that, like, "Let's go." And I went, "Huh?" So I faked the left, but he put his hand in and went, wow. One hit his jaw, went out cold in front of Crow's, or side of Crow's Place, on the side place, on the road, where the road is.
Are you not saying you hit a cop, allegedly?
Oh, I knocked him out cold.
Allegedly?
No, 100%. So I got arrested for it and everything. But they
Shit
beat out of me.
Okay, then.
They beat the shit out of me. The cops
No
jumped on
doubt.
me. Yeah. So I did good, man. I was happy. I was proud to punch this guy out. One hit, went out. But they jumped on me, and this old man cop, like jumped on my back and covered me because they broke my ribs, broke my jaw, and everything. Yeah. And I was just, fuck, I don't care. I'll fight back. That's who I am. So they fucking jumped on me, put the cops on me, and picked me up. And this lady cop comes up to me and started talking shit to me about taking me to Rockwood Park. "I'm whooping your ass. We're gonna beat your ass later at Rockwood Park's."
And then that's a big wooded area.
Wooded area up here.
Big
right?
wooded area. And so, I've heard tale of this.
They're taking me to whoop my ass. So I said to her, I'd rather fuck you than fight you. And she hit me with her fucking club. Wow. Put me up. Woo. Wow. Put me out. So I was proud of it though. I punched him out, one punch man, and he did. He put his fist up to me, and I went, one hit out.
Not to, like, this is a fact. Like, you could have Googled this a couple years ago. I don't know if it'll still come up, but At one time, St. John was the most corrupt police system in Canada, or something like that.
That was actually a stat. Yeah,
it was a stat.
We had a big murder ratio too. The murder ratio in St. John was
like
big.
the
Per capita, there was
it's the oldest city in Canada.
Incorporated. Oldest incorporated.
So
wait a minute. Oldest incorporated city in North America.
And we're old school as fuck. We don't want a casino. We don't want anything new. So picture an old school, old blood city.
I've been stabbed 3 times and shot once.
Isn't Grandpa racist? Isn't Grandpa blah, blah, blah? And guess what? Grandpa raised you, so you're also. And then Grandpa raised you. You're also. So it was like crooked cops, crooked cops, crooked cops, crooked cops, crooked cops. Like back in the olden times, the oldest city in Canada. If you were a cop, guess what?
You're Irish.
You're a legalized villain criminal to the best interest of the government.
Do you remember Shotgun Shannon? Do you remember hearing that name?
No.
There was a cop in this city when I was a little kid. My old man was a biker guy from Ontario. My mom's family is a West Side family, buyers, right?
Yeah,
so they're all like kind of, whatever. Shotgun Shannon was the kind of cop in this city that would like take no shit from nobody and literally would come to your door if he had trouble with you with a shotgun. This is the story I've heard all my life. And I believe my father because my father was a badass motherfucker. Come to the door with a shotgun and say, I got a problem with you. Not you're arrested. Not I'm coming to arrest you. Coming to your house.
I'm having a chit chat.
I got a problem with you.
I'm having a little chit chat.
And his nickname was Shotgun Shannon right up to the fucking late 80s. Late 80s ain't that long ago. I know it seems long ago, but it wasn't that long ago, man. The guy was literally a guy that would come to your door with a shotgun and have a problem with you. That was like a well-known cop in our city. So it was Joe Oliver. Joe Oliver was like a young buck when he was a kid, become a cop. Badass little fucker would come and beat the shit out of people. He was well known for doing that. Yeah. Busting you, taking a lockup, beating your fucking ass up to teach you a lesson. What's his name? The black cop. And I apologize for saying that, but I just can't think of his name. He was a really.
So you gotta visually describe him?
No. I'm just saying though. The guy was a very tough guy.
Fine. Visually describe.
I can't think of his name. So it was at the time. To be honest, at the time. He was probably the only.
You're making it weird. Making it weird.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to explain myself. He was probably the only black cop at that time,
and that's fine. Like you know what I mean. We have like we have a
committed suicide. Anyway, he committed suicide.
Whoa!
Right here in the city, openly in the park.
But we also
shot himself in the fucking park, bro.
Shit. What?
Because of that shit.
The policeman did?
Yes.
In the park.
Yes. Oh. Fuck man, I'll look it up for you.
Look it up, man.
Can't think of his goddamn name. And he was being blamed for like molesting kids and shit, and he wasn't. It probably was racism. I'm sure it was. But I just story in my head.
St. John has a big fucking history of racism.
Fucked up.
And I'm not from here. I'm not from here.
Wait a minute.
I'm a spectator watching in. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not from here. It's not in my blood. It's not bred in my blood.
I grew up. I was a little kid in the 70s. You realize something? There was literally
parents are from here.
There was literally. No, my dad was from Windsor, Ontario. He was an outlaw, the Outlaw Biker Club. My dad was a big dude in that club. Come here to get away from it. But anyway, my mom's from here.
Okay.
We're all from here. All my brothers and sisters from here. But anyway, there used to be a jail right up by the. You know what the burial ground is? Now this is city central. You go uptown to go to the businesses, shop, and have a coffee.
The Beaver Pond one?
Have a coffee, whatever, you know. There used to be a fucking jailhouse with a fucking fence with barbed wire around the top of it. And me and my brothers would walk by, and guys would say to my brother Ronnie, hey, tell Mama won't be home when we got locked up, Ron. That was literally uptown. You know where the fire department is on King Street East? You know, can you picture King Street East where the burial ground is?
King Street, around the old one around King Square.
Yeah. And there's a fire department up there. Can you picture that fire right there? Right beside that and around that, there used to be a fucking jail when we were kids. And we walked by to go to school in the morning, and there'd be guys hanging off the barbed wire trying to break out. No joke. And honest to God, I remember guys would...
A barbed wire jail?
No, barbed wire on the top of the fence.
What is this, Scooby-Doo?
No, barbed wire on the top of the fence, man.
I want the jailmates are jumping over top of the barbed wire.
They try. Yes, they would try. Yes.
This is not
This is literally the truth.
This is not before like
This is 70s,
Old Black River
70s.
Road.
No, yeah, before that, way before that.
So then what? There's a concrete wall.
It burnt down, man. You never heard that story about it burning down? A bunch of jailmates died. They died.
I'm not that old, and like
I'm not either. I was a
I grew
little
up in the
kid.
country. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really? Seriously?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
In the 70s, the church burnt down, or the jail burnt down.
I have no idea what you're talking
about.
And
a bunch of guys died in it. The Blizzards, mailmen, all that family.
But like you say, man, that church, that's
true.
That jail, I mean,
a bunch
would
of people
be
died.
right on the sidewalk. So if you like get out of
drove
jail,
past it. Ronnie, we go
you're
there.
uptown. You can get a sandwich afterwards.
We go to school, man. The guys are yelling.
No, the guy that breaks out of jail.
They would yell at Ronnie to fucking tell his parents. My brother Ronnie, they would yell at him to tell his family that he was locked up. Yeah. That's Ronnie, man. That was
that second phone call.
Honest to God, true. There was no phone call.
Yeah, the yelling at kids was the second phone call.
They burned to death, man. The prison burned, and no one rescued the prisoners. You never heard that story?
It is Moosehead beer.
Bro,
give me a second. Yeah,
Matt, you never heard that story though, bro?
No, I never heard the story about the jail uptown.
It burnt down, and no one rescued the prisoners. They let them die. They burned to death, man. That literally happened.
By purpose? Via purpose?
They all just ran. All the guards saved their lives and left them in their cells, never opened the cells. They all died. I can't believe you never heard that, man.
Bad mojo right there in that area.
That's 70s. I was just like 5-year-old kid, man.
You saying like hundreds of people died right there?
Not hundreds, man, but 30. I don't know.
40
a few people died, yeah.
Wow. Man.
I can't believe you never heard about that.
No, I never heard about that. Fight food is in the Jesus. What are the popular ice cream chains up there? Do you have Baskin Robbins, Stone Cold? Nah, we have like Dairy Queen. That's about it.
Hey, it's just
we got Dairy Queen. That's it. You want ice cream, Dairy Queen,
and Sobeys,
or you go to McDonald's and the fucking machine's broke.
Or Wendy's, what's it called? The fucking
Frosties.
Yeah,
Frosties ain't too bad.
Put French fries in them. It's good.
One of my top Deadpool stories is Deadpool protecting a guy on his yard who was going to be murdered. Yeah, that was silly. Let me whisper a name to you.
Look at that.
Let me whisper a name. BJ Trickard.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard that guy?
Yeah, I knew George Trickard too.
Don't say it loud.
Okay.
But yeah, man, he was like that guy was after a fella.
Oh yeah.
And it would like transpired on my street.
What'd you end up doing? What happened?
I just saved the guy's life.
Like take him away, kind of thing. Like get him away from it.
So I'm just like, I don't know, having a fucking joint on my fucking back deck, and there's this guy like, I'm on the river, and this is my backyard, and man, for you to even be back there, it's not a beach to the river. It's treacherous. Like that's treacherous territory for him to breach the fence and like go. So anyways, there's this guy like I was like, what the fuck are you doing? You better have a good fucking reason to be out there. But I'm already yelling at him like fucking blah blah blah. He's like, they're trying to kill me, please. Blah, blah. Then he tries to come into. I was like, you're not going to my house. What is it? They're trying to kill me. And then I was like, I fucking tuck him away in the basement. I was like, if someone's trying to kill you, here's a phone. Here's a house phone. There you go. Call 911. And like he fucking calls it. Like you know what I mean? Like at this point, like this guy just a crazy weirdo that I'm trying to get in my house? No, I put him in the basement where there's nothing for him to take.
Yeah,
maybe a screwdriver or something like that.
Yeah, still freaky as fuck.
And I'm like, here's the phone. So anyways, and then he does call 911. So I'm like, he's like, yes, 911, someone's there. And I'm like, I leave him. He's on the phone. I go upstairs. I'm like, holy shit. Like, lock the doors, Jen. Lock your guys in. Well, I tell my parents to lock themselves in. And then she's like, look. and there's literally a fucking 2 dudes and a girl. The dudes had gloves on. One of them had a fucking gun on his side.
Fuck. Should have called
And,
me.
and the wife is like, look. And then I look, I was like, oh, ja. So anyways, I go back down and I was like, and he's like, they have guns. And I was like, man, the wife saw a gun and I saw a gun. And I was like, I grabbed the phone from him. I was like, these guys capable of saying what? And yes, they are. They're very also. So anyways, I left him there. I was like, the cops better not even look at my place or even point out my place. So anyways, he's in my basement, and they're still looking for him, right? So I leave him there, and on a big gravel driveway, like a fresh new load, a big. So I grabbed a rake, and I'm out there raking, like, you know what I mean, like, and they're like, they come around front, and they're like, I was like, hey, what's up, guys? And I'm just raking, like, you know what I mean, like. Just raking my driveway.
Out there fucking shooting at
and I'm making it awkward for them even to get deeper in my yard, like, because I'm there fucking. I mean, obviously, I didn't see no one.
Yeah, now they got to walk by you and think about what you're seeing.
Exactly. And then eventually the cops showed up, and he said gun. I said gun. I said my wife saw a gun too. They never searched him for a gun, even though they talked to him for like an hour and a half.
Fuck. Yeah, that's. They take him away or?
No, everyone just walked. Everyone just fucking left. Didn't even search him. They almost had to. They had just a weird conversation with him for like a while.
Fucking West Siders.
Yeah.
My mom's family.
Do people eat moose in St. John?
Fuck yeah.
All the time. All the time we do. If people catch them and people share it.
Yeah, most people do. Most people share it.
Like moose meat is like what? Better
Like me and Jay.
Better beef.
Guinea left
to
fucking
some.
Guinea left like 3 fucking good chunks of fucking moose meat here. And we're sitting there one night and Jay's like, man, I want to eat that so bad. So I send Guinea a message. He goes, yeah, no, you can eat a piece of it. Go ahead. Thanks, brother. So we fucking
The pizza sub.
we fucking ate some of it. I didn't know. I leave. Jay eats more of it. So we see Guinea's like, oh, I didn't say you could eat that much because I had texted him, right? I was like, well, I only ate like a little piece of it, man. Like, what do you mean? He goes, oh my fuck, Rich, all that got left was like 1/3 of what I left there. I'm like, I don't want to write Jay out, but my brain, that's what my brain's saying. I don't want to say too much. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know how much was there. I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
I admit to eating some of it.
Yeah,
That's it.
I may or may not have some.
Yeah.
Do they teach Canadian kids how to build igloos in school?
Of course they do.
I was gonna say I don't even think you had to teach that to us.
It's up here.
It's up here. It's like, man, you gotta put blocks. You gotta make a fucking round dome. Easy does it. And we all know how to make round domes as like Canadian igloo builders.
Oh yeah. Tragically Hip's our favorite band too.
Used to be. Used to be.
Oh God. Oh.
After they had that last concert, or like during that last concert, or the before last concert, whatever the last concert, I wasn't like, okay, I knew some hardcore fans. I wasn't one of them. To me, they're like, okay, some of the songs are cool, but I knew some of them. But then I saw that concert and I was like, wow, these guys put on a show.
For me, I was always a fan because I was a metalhead.
It made me like a better fan after seeing like that Death show.
You're the same as Ron. Ronnie says the same thing. I swear to God. Ronnie never cared, but when he seen that,
never cared. Always knew about him, but I never cared.
Same, and that's Ronnie. Exactly what Ronnie said. For me, I was always a metalhead all my life.
Yeah.
Fuck, I used to break dance, man. I was still a metalhead. I listened to
break dance.
I used to break dance for pasties. for real. I used to go do dances around the city, but I was still a metalhead. I listened to Maiden, Priest. I listened to old school metal, right?
For Pepsi's, that was your price? Your Pepsi's?
That was the company that paid us. I still have the uniform.
Oh, for Pepsi.
The
I thought you're sucking dick in an alley for Pepsi.
I can't break dance on you.
A 2-liter Pepsi. A 2-liter Pepsi.
You said it was me too.
I didn't know you worked for Pepsi. I thought you worked for Pepsi. So Pepsi paid you to break dance.
Yeah, I didn't pay us, but we got chicks though.
So he didn't work for them.
No, not really. Not really.
You just hung out with Pepsi.
we wore the uniform.
Oh man, I just hung out with Pepsi. They gave me free T-shirts.
Apparently, we're Pepsi.
Yeah. How's Green Hood doing? Great, man.
Oh fuck! I remember, but I don't remember. Green Hood, the story.
Oh, Paul, that's what's
Guinea. That's right.
Yeah. He was like
Green Hood's new nickname was Guinea.
Off camera, mysterious, and they all dubbed him. Oh, no, who's that? Oh, it's Green Hood. Like, all mysterious. All like,
I call him Guinea.
Yeah. Man of multiple nicknames. Hey, man, you know who he is in real life? You ever see the movie Half Baked? The guy on the couch. For years, he was the guy on the couch. Like, that guy couch surfed like a. He always had an apartment or like. But man, he will like. Let me get there and sleep there and end my night there and party as hard as I can to just sleep there. And then tomorrow I'll find another couch.
With them camping one time. Took him like 3 hours to put his tent up. This chick showed up that he wanted to meet, right? Wanted to hang out with. And she had her tent up in like 15 minutes, man. And it had like a fucking kitchen in it. Like, not really, but it was like a huge.
Bigger tent?
Huge. And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you, Giddy? I'm sitting there, of course, I'm just sitting there drinking beer watching. I go to her tent later. I'm in her tent. He comes up to me and goes, this is Guinea. He's just like, yeah, I really want to get to know her, man. I'm like, I don't care, man. He goes, well, you're sitting here talking to her all day. I'm like, I'm going home, man. I'm out. I'm not staying here all night. You're good. I'm just hanging out, man.
Quit being so interesting.
Right. That's pretty much what he's like. Well, while you're talking to her, I'm like, what? Because she's a chick and I want to talk to her. I don't know. Yeah. Just me.
It was almost like that Tinder date, so anyone could have done that night. There's no strings attached. Green Hood. Not a lot of meat in that, huh?
No, not at all. It had a good spicy flavor to it though. Like the sauce wasn't bad, but yeah, not a lot of meat.
A little disappointed on the meat ratio. You know what I mean? Can you do the worm? I can't do the worm. Oh, Deadpool. Do you still break? I never break danced. Did you used to do the worm?
If I was windmill, everything. You had to do it.
What's it mean? Worm, windmill. What's a windmill?
You know, spin. Legs in the air.
Oh, on your head?
Or no, on your back. You know, spin. You know what the windmill is?
Like, oh, DJ, spin that, and then Ninja Turtles would be like, shooms.
Yeah, I know.
Spin on their backs. Oh, and then get to your feet, like spin on your back and get it to your feet. Spin that wheel.
Yeah, kind of.
Yo, DJ, spin that wheel.
Spin in your hand, all that shit.
Like the Ninja Turtles.
It's pretty much it. Having that fucking shell would have been a lot easier.
Spin on your hands?
Oh, yeah. I'd never done it on my head before, but didn't want to.
Looked like you wore it out.
Yeah, you convinced me otherwise.
I might have wore that out.
Convinced me otherwise. I'm gonna shave my head. Singing in a metal band. Finally shaved my head, being all aggressive. Oh, never grew back. It just didn't grow back right.
Oh, you shaved your head and never grew back?
Yeah, when I was like fucking 30.
That's different.
Yep, it did. It didn't go back in all the right spots.
Cause I have a bad like hairline in the back. I'm told it's not really balding, but it's a weird like widow's peak almost, like right here.
Oh yeah, I'll hit you eventually.
It's weak, huh?
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
It's weak. But it's where the hat is, and it pulls it out. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think hat does much though, man. I never wore a hat all my life till I was 32.
No, that area specific. That's where I lay my head. I almost think if I do a full shave reset,
Yeah, maybe,
I think it'd be a normal growth everywhere. It'd be uniform.
I think I do believe that you can do that. You can change it.
It's not that bad. Like,
Because you know what? As funny as it
do
is,
I look balding, or do I just have like a deep widow's peak,
think about that.
or like a deep crown's eagle's nest?
As funny as that is, as old as I am, man, I don't have much gray in my hair, and it ain't that bad. It really isn't. I know it's funny.
What are
make
you
jokes
bragging about? No gray in your hair when your face is gray.
Oh fuck yeah, my face is gray. So I shaved it all
Man,
my
you're
life.
like, oh, I've got no gray in my hair, but your face is gray.
I shaved it all my life.
You're trying to hide
I've
gray
been
up
shaving,
top,
I've been
but your
shaving
whole
since I was
face
10
is
years
gray.
old, man. I've been shaving since I was 10.
What's backward theories?
No, well, there isn't much gray in my head. No gray in my hair.
So why worry about the top if your whole face is gray?
Who cares? I can shave that shit off.
Oh, so it looks like you're like,
Don't
what?
care.
Not gray up top?
It doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter,
It
man.
doesn't mean nothing. So he was saying that because no one else does.
You said it. You're
No
like,
chicks
oh,
do.
I have no gray up top. I was like,
I didn't say it like that though.
you did say it like that.
No,
You're
I
like,
did
oh,
not.
I got no gray up top.
No, I didn't. You took it that way.
I got no gray up tops, but you're fucking gray all
No,
bottom.
I don't though. I just said it like a point. There was no
I'm graying. Like in my steps, you could see a little grayish. You know what I mean? There's a little grayish in there, like the odd, like fucking speckle, fucking shiny spark.
Yeah. And ultimately, it doesn't really matter. I don't give a fuck.
I'm 4 years old. Like, you know what I mean?
Fuck, bro. I still go to strippers' houses when they're like 24, 28. They don't care how old I am. They don't care about my hair.
No, they don't.
Don't care about that at all.
You got gray hairs at the top.
Don't care. Maybe, if anything, it helps.
Did you like You Can't Do That on Television as a youth? Remember that one?
Sounds familiar, to be honest with you.
It was like funny. I think it was like, you can't do that on television. I think it was like funny skits and this and that. And then like, oh, you can't say slime, or you can't say the word, and then they would get slimed.
Oh no, that was like kid TV to me at the time.
Yeah, because this guy's old.
Pretty much, yeah.
And that is true. Like, I remember as a kid, and I think I was right in the age.
You're a little above it too, though. You're a little
for it.
above it, I think. You're old enough. That was pretty old, man.
No, I had a kid personality. I grew up as a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in the streets. I grew up as the country. Like, I played with Legos.
Oh, so you were normal.
G.I. Joes. Yeah.
I was never a kid. I was never a kid.
No, dude, I had a fucking I was a kid for as long as I could try to be a kid. You know, Legos. I had Legos.
I had Legos when I had kids and played Legos with my kids. And I loved it. That was the best part of my life ever, man.
Legoing?
It's having kids. For real. My oldest guy, man, he don't want nothing to do with me anymore because he witnessed some of my stupidness. But when he was a kid, man, till he was a teenager, best part of my life ever.
Oh, kids change you, man. They bring the best out of you. You're not just living for yourself. You're like, let's do this together.
He was the epitome of life to me. He made me realize that something mattered, for real. And then my daughter came around, and then I was like, I want to kill the world for talking to my daughter. But in all fairness, I still had a great time. My daughter was a great person too. I just mean, my first kid though was about getting out of my life with my family and being like, wow, like nothing will ever compare to those moments that I have with my son.
Yeah.
Ever. Nothing. Doesn't even matter. I win the lottery tomorrow, man. Have the greatest time of my life. I still, in my memory, nothing will compare to those moments. So me being, this is what life's about. You know what I mean? Coming
Yeah.
from bullshit to being like, this is actually what it means. This is meaningful. That's what I felt with my son.
Yeah. Well, man, that's great. That's great.
Segue from that.
From that, is there a fire extinguisher? Of course, there is a fire extinguisher here.
It don't work, but it's here.
No, mine works. Mine works.
No, it don't.
Mine works fine. I'll piss on whatever flames that show up. And then
yeah, but you got to pull on it for a while, and it don't always work.
That's
It's scary. It gets you in the eye. You're not expecting it. It hurts a little.
That is random. You did nail that. That is better. That is better. No, but there's fire extinguishers in here. Like this place is like, who are you, the fire marshal? No, there is. There's one here. There's one there. There's one over here. I think there's definitely one back there. What does hand sanitizer have to do with like fire extinguishers?
That's the fire extinguisher.
That's the alcohol in that.
You throw peanuts at it long enough, it'll stop burning.
Were those peanuts there the whole time?
I think so.
Jesus Christ. There's been peanuts in the room the whole time. Put a couple in my dish, can you?
Holy fuck, they're not even stale.
Oh man, they're great. Okay, that's good. That's good.
That's pretty good.
Peanuts and cheese. Peanuts and cheese. Who is the funniest person who hangs at the panic room besides me? Because obviously I am, right?
Yeah, oh, of course.
Is there next funnier?
Of course.
Jay. I'd say Jay.
It depends on the moment sometimes.
Jay's
really?
Awesome. Jay's awesome.
Jay's an asshole, but yeah, he's funny.
Jay's funny as fuck. Do they make you put chains on your tires in the wintertime?
No.
No.
We
But
don't live in Northwest Territories.
No, but we do have that crazy like winter tire rule.
Well, yeah, November to whatever, yeah.
No, but it went crazier.
No, but you can only have studded tires from November till April.
Yeah, because one, we want studded tires, and two, they passed this new one, is what I'm talking about. This new one that sometimes all seasons don't cut it, where you have to have winners.
I don't know.
All seasons don't cut it anymore. I'm pretty sure, like almost.
I'm not sure. I drove all
something
seasons.
like that. I heard something like that.
Right up to this recent vehicle, I drove all seasons or summer. Like I never even changed my tires.
You can't drive with summers.
I literally did.
Not in the wintertime.
I drove a Camaro with rear-wheel drive with a 383 stroker in the winter for 4 years.
No.
I did. And you can ask any member of my family because they were terrified to get in my car. So yeah, I did.
They would seat belt up first. They would seat belt up first thing.
Phil curled up in a ball and begged me to stop driving one time.
Have you seen the lady that licks your ear lately? I have this lady that licks my ear a lot.
Lives in your ear? Am I hearing that right?
No, licks it.
Oh, licks it. Okay.
So for the past
lives in your ear would have been way cooler.
For the past 20 years.
Is this the bathtub chick?
No, that's my aunt. For the last 20 years, this is a fucking thing.
All right.
For the last 20 years, I kid you not. Right. All my kids' life, all my life, for the last 20 years.
Thumper. You're talking to Thumper here, bro.
There's this one lady that when I see her at the fucking fishing brew, oh yeah, because I'm a funny dude, right? She comes over, gives me a great big hug, and then she tongue lick my ear. almost like French kiss my ear.
You got to switch ears to get all the wax out.
Like, man, and she does that like on the regular and often for like 20 years.
Fuck, dude.
Last few years I've ran into her. Yes, she hasn't tongue eared me in like at least three years out of 20 years. The last 3 years she hasn't.
You'd be like going up to her, going.
But I still see her, and she gets like, oh, like, she knows exactly who I am.
You'd be like, hey, what's going on? How you doing?
But here's the punchline. I mean, I could look it up in my phone and show you, but you know who she looks exactly like? This lady that like licks my ear all the time. You know,
I want to know.
You know who she looks exactly like? Garth from Wayne's World. I kid you not. Like, I kid you not. I've had like pictures side by side. Like,
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say Ron.
No, Garth.
Not that far off, but.
No, fuck, that was the thing.
Fuck, I want to be there now. Next time she does that.
I'm not gonna look for it now. But remind me some other time, and I'll try to pull it up on my phone because I'm sure I made a meme of it. Like, you know what I mean, like a side by side with her and Garth. I just can't think of her name.
I wouldn't know her.
Anyways,
I don't know any Garth looking chicks.
She looks exactly like Garth, like glasses and everything, hairdo, the size. Like, this lady looks like Garth.
This is her name, Mark.
No, I'm not.
I got a buddy named Mark Saunders that looks like Garth.
I'm not gonna tell her name. Small city, Jesus Christ.
I want to know. I fucking want to know.
Small city.
I thought you were going to say Ron when you first talked about it. She looks like. That's what they call. That's what you to say. She looks like Ron.
You know who does look like Ron? That I almost had a fucking. It was almost funny.
Oh, it's going to be funny.
That's first trainee ever in St. John.
Oh, fucking Gorham. What's his name there? Fucking, that was an old friend of ours, man.
I think so. Here's my.
He was a friend of ours. Yeah.
Here's my story of him. Me and a buddy were at the fucking bar uptown, like Peppers. This was years ago, like way back. And man, there's this fucking lady playing the fucking sideways flute.
Gary Gormley would have been dead by then, though.
No, so it's not okay. So it's the second trainee. It's
okay, yeah.
Like maybe not the first, the second one. But anyways, this lady looked like a lady, played a sideways flute. Flute to do, flute to do. Play the old sideways flute.
Does apparently flute sound like flute to do, flute?
No, but you know about the metal sideways one, like the fancy one.
Yeah, like the pan guy from Hercules.
And there's like a guitarist.
Hey, Herc.
Flute to do. Anyways, like to me, like a bunch of drinks in. I'm from a distance. She's playing, and anyways, her set's done or da da da. Anyways, I'm at the bar. My buddy's at the bar. She comes over for a drink, and I'm like, man, that was some great flute playing. You know what she says? She's like, thanks. I'm gonna go out for a dart.
How'd you like to crack?
Great. I'm gonna go out for a dart. And then she goes outside, and the bartender's like, you know, that's a dude, right? I was like, no, I had no idea. I actually thought that was a lady.
Thank you.
but yeah, thanks for the heads up. But the boys kind of gave it away.
I'm trying to throw it. And you know, part of your brain was like, I think I can cure that. the throat infection.
Yeah. So what? To get a dick infection? Like what?
What? You never know. That's a crapshoot. You don't know
Yeah,
you're gonna get it.
let me put my dick where I know there's an infection. That just sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Well, that's the way it is.
That's how the first
You gotta take chances.
That's how the first STD was born. Oh man, your throat's all fucked up. Let me punch it with my dick.
Let me push something in there.
Let me punch it with my dick.
I'll fix that for you.
You can't win everything with violence.
Of course you can.
So store honey.
I've lived that way. Look at me. I'm still here.
Let me punch it with my dick.
You don't call me Rick Hart for nothing.
During the war, did they spot Nazi U-boats on the waters around St. John?
Yep.
We had like Germans out here.
They had in the strait between us, St. Lawrence Strait, I believe it's called, between us and PEI. There was U-boats, but there was rumors, no sightings, but rumors of them being in the Bay of Fundy too.
Oh yeah.
And they were definitely caught off the coast of New York, so that's not that far away.
Talk about. Oh, yeah.
Talk about what? Is that a rap song?
No, talk about whatever, but you talk about the U-boat.
Oh yeah, no. So I don't know if there's official stories of them being off the coast of St. John per se, but they were in the St. Lawrence Strait between New Brunswick and PEI, for sure. And they were off the coast of New York. There was a rumor of them being in the Bay of Fundy. So I'm sure they were around. They were way sneakier than I think they realized back then, which is kind of freaky. But curious where everyone's from. No, the cops have never raided the panic room. They did come to the original panic room. We're uptown like 2 panic rooms ago. And I literally threw them out. And the guy that owns the place, Jay, let them back in. So I went home. Because I don't get along with the cops too well. Is Timmy's a Canadian scam? Well, I honestly don't drink Tim's coffee, but my wife loves it.
I don't drink coffee, and Tim's, their food products are like substandard to what I would like to indulge.
Is Greta Thunberg considered a sex symbol to young Canadians?
No.
I gotta be honest, I'm not a young Canadian, so I don't have a clue. But
Greta Thunberg is a child, dude. Do you know what that is? That sounds like.
I know, that's what I said. I said I'm not young, so I don't know. He asked if they're a sex symbol. If she was a sex symbol, I said, I don't know. I'm not young, so I don't know.
Oh, you mean to young teenagers, she might be like something.
Well, I don't know, but the question was, is
No, never mind.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I have no idea.
Johnny lives in San Francisco, but he's from Jersey.
Oh, cool. I had to stop over in Jersey one time.
He's from over there.
And I watched, we were taxiing to leave from New Jersey, man, to go to Vegas. They pulled a plane over. The cops, they had the fucking van.
How do you pull a plane over?
Well, the plane was, that's the wrong way to put it. The plane was already.
Get down from there. Get down from there.
The plane was already parked, but they did. They surrounded it. They surrounded it. We were taxiing by it. And on our window, we could watch it for like, a couple minutes.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
You were on the plane or just watching the plane?
I was on the plane going by, watching the plane getting raided. But I was surprised.
Oh, on the plane going by. Watching.
Yeah. We were taxiing ready to leave the airport.
Yeah.
This is our stopover to go to Vegas from St. John. And But I was surprised, man. Honest to God, New Jersey was huge, man.
Legendary Gaming's from Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Vegas was one of the coolest times I've ever had in my life. I didn't do anything super crazy, but I had a lot of cool, fun moments, and I was never sober.
There's a lot
I
of
was never
visuals. There's
sober.
a lot of visuals. You can drink and walk around.
Man, the
There's
first
a
day
lot of
there,
neat things
first
in
day
there.
there, we get there late at night. Go
It's
to the
not
hotel.
a bring your kids place. It's like
Nope.
let's be adult. And
And I was lucky to be all adults.
my
We were there,
wife
though.
is cool with no kids and the kids being looked after. She would be fun as fuck out in Vegas with me.
And honestly, my wife
I
was
would want to bring her.
First thing my wife did, we get there at nighttime. We go to the hotel room. Her old man's with us because there was people he was going there to meet, so we didn't have to deal with him a whole lot when we were there. We're young enough, right? So we get there. First thing my wife says is,
Yeah.
Fuck me." I'm like, "What?" Because whatever, we're together. We like to fuck, but she doesn't do that. Literally, first thing, we got to fuck in Vegas. Like, okay, cool.
Who's revving an engine? Oh, the loader. The loader's still moving shit around back out
They
there.
came back. They're same thing. They're preparing. But Vegas was a blast, man. I had a good time.
Yeah, Greta's 18 now, but that don't make it right.
Yeah, I didn't even
There's a
think.
couple old fogies like
I didn't
that.
think
still
about her.
there.
Yeah, fuck. She's a kid.
Did you ever lie to the police? You always lie to the police
Fuck yeah.
as much as you can.
Police know I'm lying to them, and I still lie to them.
You
I had
say,
a cop give me.
you say whatever you have to say to just get out of there, whether it's a lie or the truth. Sometimes the truth is easier than the lie, and sometimes a little white lie helps you out of a lot.
It cost me good to me, and cost me bad to me.
I was one time I got fired from a job, and there's the cops right there. When I worked at a fucking shoe store.
So you
one
didn't go
time.
psycho.
I worked at a shoe store, and allegedly, rumor has it that I would like sell side shoes from the store. So like I would like bring the shoes and like sell.
Make
to
your own
people.
money.
Yeah. So allegedly, so I get fired, and there's a cop in the room. He's like, "Okay, you're fired. Perfect." Now the cop wants to talk to you, and the cop's like, "Ba ba 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 ba." I'm like, nah, "I don't know what you're talking about. No, that never happened. Jesus, that's silly. Da, da, da. It would take a life. Da, da, da. Like you know what I mean? Like the scare tactic. So you know what I
They
mean?
want to see your fear.
Lie to a cop? Yes. You tell him whatever he wants to hear, in a sense that doesn't incriminate you. In that case, like, man, I have no idea what you're talking about. You have nothing. You have nothing. And man,
My name ain't OJ.
yeah.
I didn't even like orange.
The glove don't fit. The glove don't fit.
You must have quit.
Well,
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
get poop is in dark. I brought the drugs.
Not true. Or I'd be in jail.
How am I in Arca when I brought the drugs? Most couples fuck upon arrival in Vegas.
True, and I learned that night. That's what I learned that night.
Just from sensory overload.
I was impressed because my wife wasn't that chick. She wasn't really like. It was unexpected to me. Fuck me now. We're here.
She's
Boom.
like, she's like, oh, you deserve this, Richard.
Yep.
You deserve
Let's do this.
Richard. Do you know anyone who's been disappeared? Yeah, a few people.
I ain't saying nothing. Yeah, this city ain't that small.
The city's not that small, and people go missing, and
yeah, and we search for them too.
After they go missing for a while, maybe one day, but they're missing for a while till maybe one day.
I don't have a job right now, but I make a lot of money.
Oh, you do carpentry on the side?
Yes, I build fences.
Perfect.
I build fences.
Did you ever bang a married chick, not your wife? I don't think so. Before my wife, well, I don't think so. I don't think so. Like I was young enough that like, well, I don't know. I did MILF hunt for a few years when I was young. Because you know what I mean? Like that was my
Cougars
category.
are awesome.
That was my category, man. When I was like 19, wasn't my cougar only 30? Like a 30-year-old seemed like a fucking thundercat to me.
Well, when I was balancing, same thing, man. Every chick around. I do this with the ring. They were there. Didn't matter.
Well, you wore a fake ring.
No, this ring. I used to rent it out to Paul Frost.
That was like almost like chick bait.
You got this for the night, bro. I need it back.
Man, and I could almost see that. It's almost like
That was a piece of shit, bro. I was a piece of shit when I was younger, man.
it's almost like when girls see like the wedding ring. It's almost like when you're in a relationship.
It's honest to God truth.
That's when you're the most valuable. It's like, oh, another girl sees value in him. Maybe I'll
If
also
he
see
leaves her,
value in him
She'll
too.
do that with me, but never happens.
It's almost like you having a girlfriend is like a credit check, and your credit's good at that point. You know what I mean?
And back then, I did own cars. I had a Harley and all that shit, so things are different.
You ever donate to a sperm bank for quick cat? No, we don't have that out here. Like
Not here.
I throw out all my sperm.
I saved mine.
I like rinse it out.
I saved mine. It's in storage. You never know when you need it.
Is accumulate like what is it, like ginger ale 2-liter bottles?
That shit's growing. I need kids. I need an army, man. I need an army.
You know what's weird? At the same time, weird. If you want to talk about shit like that, that's weird.
Not really.
Have you ever seen them like start like a small eco culture off just germs?
Like a petri dish kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, but this is more than that. This is like an E. coli system. It's almost like it's meant to thrive off just a little bit of germ, and then it turns into like a fucking almost a underwater. Anyways, put some jerk offs in it. You know what I mean? Like let that be the fucking the fuel, the catalyst. Instead of the I don't know the envelope of powder, they ask you to put a little jerk off in that instead.
So is that maybe what produced liberals?
Let me like aquarium tank a human in my backyard. Next thing you know, it's like, oh man, you got a 50-gallon tank for my human. I'm growing for my.
I can't stop.
Yeah, my jizz human. Maybe like half. That's how mermaids start. Aren't you almost creating mermaids?
Yeah, that and pirates, fucking dolphins.
I heard people like almost like say mermaids are real.
I've heard honest to God stories of pirates or old sailors fucking dolphins, and that's where the myth from.
Yeah, it wasn't the dolphin. It was like the manatees. Pass me a beer.
It was
like the manatee. Yeah, the dolphinish. Because it doesn't a manatee look almost like
a really ugly dolphin?
Yeah, but almost like
a South End dolphin, right? You're like out east partying at a bar, and you're getting that hot chick, and you don't get her. You go to the South End, you're like, I'll take the manatee. I will fuck the manatee.
I will take wingman. You're gonna wingman the manatee.
You fucking the manatee. I got the dolphin tonight.
Yeah. Wingman that manatee in. Yeah, that is a thing. Hey,
most
man,
definitely. Ronnie learned that lesson recently.
We've all wingman before in our past.
You hear about the chick Ronnie had there recently? Thought he was getting something. You had her that weekend?
No.
Oh, here, I had that up, man.
When did you go from being a jerk of a kid to a responsible man? How old were you?
21 people died in St. John, New Brunswick, the detention center up St. John. I was telling you about that earlier.
Oh, wow.
The jail fire, 21 people.
In what year?
Let's see.
I can probably remember exactly the date. It was right before. It was before 9/11.
What's the year? 2020.
It was before 9/11, but that same year.
80.
And I lied about not putting diesel in a lawn tractor, even though like I did put diesel in a lawn tractor. About that,
82.
I was born in 81, and I didn't come down to St. John.
You didn't think I was telling you the truth. I was just telling you the fucking story, bro. I was coming in 82. And they never even tried to help them.
A run for your life
They
situation.
literally, guards ran, everyone ran, left them burning to death in their cell.
There's a lot of bad mojo.
Yeah, that's bad. That's fucked up. Man.
I heard about ghosts at the fucking the beaver pond, which is right beside it. Then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I could see that. That fuck that, man. That's World War One, man.
Yeah.
You know that burial ground is World War One.
Yeah.
There's literally wooden tombstones in that burial ground from the 1800s. So before World War One. And you know, when I was a kid, man, I'm proud of this. Me and my buddies, South End kids, would kick the shit out of any kid that fucked with tombstones. Like, not like we were policing it, but we played there. We grew up around that area, right?
Yeah, respect the dead. Like
we respected
like,
that, man.
Let me say something about respecting the dead.
Hey,
respect the dead.
Fucking right, man. We're all gonna die. Hopefully, someone respects it. But there was literally wooden tombstones.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I don't even think they exist no more. They've been destroyed. But I witnessed those tombstones being there.
Yeah.
Wooden tombstones. Like who? You don't make a wooden tombstone no more, man.
Cheap ones.
How the fuck do you not want that to survive?
No, the cheap ones would.
But how do you want that to survive for history? Like that's kind of cool anyway. Your city, you can walk through the park every single day of our life. We walk through that fucking burial ground and seeing a wooden tombstone. Then one day it's gone. Like someone destroyed it like an idiot. Like that's part of history to me. I don't know. I always thought that was cool.
Heck yeah. And a lot of people like the weirdos. You ever heard them of doing like the grave etchings or rubbing downs? So they would like take a big piece of paper.
Heard of it, but never witnessed it.
They put a big piece of paper on the tombstone, and they'll take I don't know like a crayon, be like rub it down and get the outline of it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like
I do know what you mean. Yeah. And I have literally heard of it, but never witnessed anything like that.
And then the true believers are like this. Now in this paper, I have a little bit of the mojo of the tombstone itself.
Yeah, I don't
It's
believe it.
It's a little bit more than just collecting the art of it. Some people believe that it's like, now this thing has got a little bit of like the EBGs on it.
The soul of it or something.
Little EBGs on it.
Yeah. I think they're nuts.
And then let's say you have a big portfolio of all these EBGs. Wouldn't that be the beginnings of the new Ghostbuster movie? Like, you know what I mean? Like, isn't that the new Ghostbusters? Like, straight up.
I haven't seen it, but sounds like it.
I just wrote it. That's how the new ghosts are gonna come up out of the blue, like a portfolio of like all these like, and they're touching each other. I'm a ghost.
I'm a ghost. You're not scary at all.
Yeah,
I'm a ghost, huh? You see?
Yeah, you see? Never gonna catch me, compa. I'm a ghost.
I'm Christopher. No, you're not. It's me.
No, that's Ghostbusters 5 and 6 right there. Is a turban guy gonna run Canada after Trudeau?
Nope.
Oh, like the basketball team guy?
Oh no, what's his name? The NDP dude he's talking about.
I like the basketball team guy. To a guy at sea for a year, a manatee looks like Cindy Crawford. True enough.
Yeah, maybe.
Like you're saying, like the whole like mermaid theory. What year was the Great Tsunami of St. John? Did we ever have one?
No. We had the Groundhog Gale in like 70 something.
What's a groundhog gale?
Well, it was a big like winter storm where like
Groundhogs.
you know the no you know the it was a big a gale is a storm, I guess, right? So it was like a winter storm where like nor'easter or whatever nor'easter
Yeah.
came. You know what the causeway is?
Yeah.
That was flooded. You couldn't drive across it. The water came over it, and it actually sunk a tugboat in the causeway. So you're driving east on the right hand side of it. It sunk a tugboat and killed everyone on it.
Oh shit, man! You know all the St. John death history.
Yeah, for real. We lived right on the fucking street right above the causeway. My parents watched it. It was on the news later. They tried to rescue the tugboat that was trying to save a boat, and the tugboat got sunk under and died.
So
everyone on the tugboat
so
died.
Your parents are in your back deck is like, how's your day, sweetheart?
No, we had no deck, man. We were South End people. We had no deck.
Pretty good. You're like in that cold 45.
We're lucky we had heat. We didn't even have heat.
And all they're hearing from a distance is like, help, help.
We're going to die,
help,
bitch. We're going to die.
Help. And they're like, yeah, I know it's a balmy night. It's balmy out. Just help.
Shall we call?
Help.
Is there a 911 now? No, there isn't. We did this. Oh shit, wrong number. Go back again.
Yeah. Yeah, when you because you could spin it quick backwards. Yeah. And when you get the internet.
You remember the old things you used to plug in the wall for dial-up? Do you remember those?
Yeah.
I would reverse engineer those and sell them to people because you could get pay-per-view on your box. If you plugged it in backwards, right?
Back in the day, a simple hack was a simple
honest
hack.
God, basic modification. I took electronics engineering, and I would put
electronics engineering.
I did. But I would take it and put it in Tupperware like this. So I put this modification, and you plug it into your box and get pay-per-view, get porn, whatever you want it, right?
Yeah.
But the box would melt because it would get so hot. But the electronics were still good. So the boys would call me up, and I'd go back, put it in a new Tupperware, and get them to pay me more money. I did that for 2 years, man. So I made good money.
You upsell yourself on better Tupperware the next time.
Exactly. I brought Tupperware but I built it though. I did build it. Electronics, I built it.
Oh, you know what? I got the Tupperware at home. I'll fix it, no problem.
Exactly. No, I wouldn't say that.
I already have the Tupperware.
I'd be like, what's the problem? Okay, I'll come over and take a look at it. That's what I would do because it was not the electronics. It was just overheating. I did that for like 2 years. That's exactly how I met Paul Frosty. Frosty? That's how I met him, was doing that one night, and he was there partying with these older dudes. He was my age. And he was like young guy hanging out with these older guys. He was like, we should start hanging out again. Because he's like, I kind of see what you're doing, man. Didn't wrap me out, so made money. I gotta go, brother. I'm getting texted for the last half hour to go pick my daughter up.
All right, man. I'll finish up and close up.
You good?
Yeah, I'll just get a cab home. They have.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll be out tomorrow night anyway, so I'll pop in and I'll clean up. So I'll leave her anyway.
No one's gonna be out tomorrow night, man.
No.
There's a crazy storm.
I will be. I got places to go. So
I'll get the best of this cleaned up.
Yeah.
I'm not wiping anything down. I'll just get rid of my own mess, pretty much.
Either, man. I'll wait till the night changes. I ain't sweeping and mopping again though. I did it once. I told them I would, and I did.
Have any of the panic rooms locations been haunted?
Just by me.
The West Side one was creepy sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. It was kind of freaky, but I don't know about haunted.
I could have sworn I heard a couple things a couple times.
I don't know about haunted, to be honest with you, but who knows?
I heard weird sounds from the bathrooms, almost like a cat like scratching for its life.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I never heard that, but...
No, and that's the thing. If Caitlin's here, she would back that up. Like, she heard that. Matt Winchester heard that.
That was a weird place in the West Side, though. That was an old lodge, right?
Yeah, an old Freemasons lodge.
So you hear what we're saying with the old panic room on the West Side was an old school lodge from like way back in St. John. You know, like
a secret
Freemason,
society,
Freemason, but not Freemason.
It was the Odd Fellows.
Yeah, Odd Fellows. Yeah.
It was like also a secret society with ulterior motives.
So it was a
or-
really old building for sure. So who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows, right?
No, man. When I was all by myself, I'd go to the bathrooms, man. I could hear like a cat like clawing for its life almost, and like weird like echoes. Never in the main room, but mainly in that bathroom.
Yeah, and it was a weird. You know that in that room, you know what you
Like
said.
I've never had a weird
You know
feeling
that
in.
door in the bathroom, that panic room.
Yeah,
You know where that went? That went into the upstairs and downstairs.
yeah,
So that was like a little secret door.
yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to be the door to upstairs, though, is what I'm saying. That was like a secret door that went in there and all the pipes and shit were there. So somebody made that door after they built the building, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So they probably had bodies in there.
Zach, what is it? Night, brother.
All right, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Good seeing you.
Thank you. I'll see you Saturday.
Yes, sir. Did the natives ever bomb St. John in modern times for more rights? There's crazy St. John native folklore and history. And as far as that goes, man, like I see their point 100%. Like they gave up the primus of real estates. Like was part of the like yes they do have land, but the land that they'd signed was the primus, and they were like very well established, and obviously like the river mouth openings and this that whatever that was like key situational for back in the day. That was the first thing that they fucking probably was like, look, let me have this. You know what I mean? Did you ever get busted for prank calls as a kid? I did very few. Like personally, I remember maybe like up like as like 10 to 15 prank calls, and like me calling a number and prank uh under 15, under 15. Later, Richard, did you think Americans love guns too much or not enough? I think they're held in like high regards. It's almost like, oh, what's a dinner cutlery? A knife, a fork, a spoon, a gun. Um, but technically, man, you should. There's some situations where wouldn't you feel more comfortable if you had one? Like, you know what I mean? I could see that. You might never ever use it, but you would be more comfortable. Like, me personally, like the only time where I wish I would like have one and have one at the ready, safety off, but realistically for safety, it'd be safety on. It'd be like in the woods when I'm walking alone, it would be nice. I could live without it. I usually have a big old knife on my side. Um, but let's say I'm with my family, like my kids, especially when my kids were like younger and stuff like that. And I used to like love to go like deep woods camping in the woods, tent. And it reached a point where I was like, okay, if a wild animal came across me and my two kids with me, it's not a run away and defend myself. It's a stand my ground and fight this to the death. Because I have the two kids, right? So, yes, I carried a knife still, and a bigger than regulation knife, like you know what I mean. But still, at the same time, you'd be like, is this enough? So, like a gun in that sense, just like a walking around gun would be nice. You know what I mean? Something like that. But you also always have to have your home defense. Like, you know, what I mean, you always need that home defense. Did you ever have to protect yourself with? Did you? No, I've never had to protect myself with a knife. So it's either words or fists. And usually the words diffuse a lot of situations. Quite truthfully, and the knives I tend to carry are very minuscule. Look at this. Look at this little cutie. And I mean that's the size of the pinky or something. Like, you know what I mean? This. What am I gonna do with this? I mean, I'll cut a piece of rope or a piece of tape. I mean, pick something out of my teeth. Anyways, yeah, I'm probably like it's getting late. I'll probably sign off and clean this place up, start packing up. You know what I mean? Call a capsy cab, stuff like that. But it is a micro knife, and it's good for a keychain. You know what I mean? But man, Johnny, if you're around, man, I'll hang out on Discord if you want. Because if looks like you're the only one here, anyways. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Peace out. That was Richard, one of my buddies. Cool guy, lots of stories. Like this guy's lived. This guy's lived a life. You know what I mean? Nice. Peace.